Yo, what's up, guys? Antoine, Equalizing, Pyronado, Julian, Sir, Mr. Madi. What's up, guys? Oh man, I'm really excited and a Merry Christmas to you guys. If you guys don't know, RLCraft 2.9 has officially been released, and my goodness, I am very excited. Yesterday, I created a creative mode world and got things set up for this one. I got some basic gear made, the strongest weapon in the game made, strongest armor in the game made, and I've just gotten ready for the stream. Let me first go to shader packs. I think I have a shader pack here. Options, skin custom, video settings. Where in the world is this? Video settings, chat settings, control, music and sound. I forgot how this works. Oh, yeah, there it is. Shaders. There we go. Okay. Alright, guys. You just need to get new PC? Yeah, no, I feel that. I could not use shaders on RLCraft without the new PC. But guys, huge news. So I'm going to be on vacation for 2 weeks in Puerto Rico, but when I get back, I'm going to enter a Sigma grind set, releasing a lot of videos out to you guys. How to be OP in RLCraft and all that fun stuff will be at the top of the agenda. But wait a second. I keep forgetting that, like, night vision doesn't really work with these shaders very well. But yeah, so I'm going to be on a Sigma grind set, bringing you guys like a whole bunch of stuff when I come back. That should be like early January, exactly 15 days from now. But what I want to do on stream right now is test a whole bunch of things in RLCraft 2.9. This is my creative world, as I told you guys, and we're going to do a lot of testing today. But first, thank you guys for showing up, and if you might have noticed, I released a prop night video. I did not expect RLCraft 2.9 to be out already. I thought it was going to be out in early January. I had a good idea for that video. I thought that, you know, it'll accumulate a certain amount of views over like the next 6 months or so for the prop night community. And since I put an ad in the middle of that video when I normally don't put ads in the middle of the video, like there's no ads in the middle of my videos for my RLCraft videos, but for prop night, because that's not my community, that's the prop night community. But yeah, I wanted to make that video for somebody who works at the company. There was no good guides on the game. I was really happy to do that. It'll bring in some revenue over like the next 6 months or so. So that'll be kind of nice. But regardless, that's not what the channel is about. So thank you for putting up with that. I'm going to be making our RLCraft videos, though, when I get back. But did you miss a lot? No. Makima's dog, we just started. Merry Christmas to you, Onyx, man. Have I played on the server? No, I have not played on the multiplayer server Equalizing, but I was thinking about it. Ignibus is tameable. Yes, Ignibuses are tameable, and I think that they are one of, if not the best mount for aerial combat, which is really great. Oh my god, Casualty is such an epic gamer. No, you're an epic gamer, Pyronado. Yeah, ew, emoji, gross. Hey, you know, YouTube's trying to get into the emoji gang, and I can't fault them for it. It's certainly fun seeing all those Twitch emotes. It's a shame that the YouTube emotes are kind of, you know, YouTube emotes, right? He's switching races IRL. Yup, it's true. I'm switching races IRL. In real life, I'm gonna morph into some sort of massive, big, buff gamer with like the massive Giga Chad chin. That's me. Yeah, I'm gonna become Puerto Rican. No, I'm already Puerto Rican, pero no habla español porque soy un gringo. I don't speak Spanish anymore. It was my first language. But I can't speak it anymore. I'm all American now, unfortunately. One way or another, whether you want to look at that, I only speak English. But hey, that's the only language that I really need to speak where I'm at, so I can't complain. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Wakima's dog. Can I show how to tame mounts? Love your videos. Yes, Joel Jose. I plan on doing a lot of that stuff today. That's actually a great segue into the first thing that I can talk about. I think that's a great segue. So let's talk about taming mounts in 2.9. There's a brand new way to do it, and it's going to revolve around new saddles. So you see all these saddles here, right? There's basic saddles. These only work for horses, and for wolves. Horses and wolves and pigs. Then we got the beast saddle right here. You have to use this for all the beasts, insect saddles for all the insects, dragon saddles for all the dragons, amphibian, and so on. So the most important one that I'm going to talk about is the dragon saddle and the avian saddle, because those are the ones that you're going to really care about the most usually, because those are your basic flying mounts. Also, the demon saddle is really good for the cackle demons, but this is like, this is a whole nother level. Getting wither bones, you can get them pretty easily from cackle demons and stuff. Nether reed, I'd say getting a demon saddle is actually not like super hard, considering nether reed is actually very common in the nether. That I might enter the nether and show you guys what I mean. Nether reed is pretty common. Dragon flesh, all you gotta do is kill a dragon. As you guys might have seen in my last 2.9 beta stream, I killed a dragon with very minimal effort in diamond gear. So as long as you have like an enchanted golden apple, that's equivalent to 1 dead dragon, as long as you have like a sharpness diamond weapon. So so getting dragon meat is not that hard for this. But the dragon saddle here, this is really important. You need scales for a dragon saddle, chain link, which is very easy, and a troll tusk. Making a dragon saddle is really, really easy, right? All you need is dragon scales. But getting an avian saddle is even arguably easier, but you have to go find a troll in a cave. And these trolls can be found underground, and the troll leather is pretty rare for some reason. I killed like 5 trolls or so and didn't get any leather last time I found, so maybe I'm not killing the right trolls. But another thing that I want to mention is that if you want to ride these mounts, you have to get knowledge of them first. And the Soul Gazer only gives you about, like, I can't remember if it was 500 or 1,000 knowledge, but that's only equivalent to killing like 5 or 10 of the monsters. So that's really not that much. And it has like a 5-minute cooldown. So the Soul Gazer also requires 8 in magic now, if you saw that. But these treats, you have to feed anywhere from like 28 to 42 treats. I something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but you have to feed a lot of treats in order to tame the creatures. If you want an Epi in night 1, well, be prepared to need like a whole bunch of aspid meat, because you need to have like 40 of these. So you need like 50 aspid meat, or 50 pinky meat, or 50 whale steak, which is a very rare thing to fish up. But yeah, you can get whale steak. For avian treats, the best one I'd say would have to be silex meat. You can find these fish very commonly at night in freshwater. So if you want to get silex, find like a forest biome or like a swamp biome, and you will find a lot of these silexes at night, and you'll need like 50 of them. Ika meat is not a bad idea either. It kind of sucks having to kill those Ikas because they don't really fight back. And cooked crab, yeah, crabs are not super common, but I think you can fish them up pretty easily. But now I've missed some chat, so let's see where I can segue into next. But yeah, if you want to tame something, you have to feed it a lot more treats, or you need to kill like 100 of them. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, you need to kill, maybe not 100, but you need to kill like a lot of them. Each treat that you feed it is equivalent to like killing like, I think 1 or 2 mobs, something like that. I'll get the better testing when I release how to be OP in our RLCraft 2.9 video. I'll be doing further testing, but I don't want to do that right now. I want to try to get through as much as possible on stream. Yo, what's up, Tom? What's up, David J? Happy Halloween, myself. Alright, it's like 16 or so. When you tamed a rock in the beta, it was only 16? Really? Well, for me, it was like 30 something. You might have already had some knowledge of them, never mind. You might have already killed a whole bunch of rocks, because like killing rocks will give you knowledge. My guess is you got to kill like either like 50 rocks or feed it like 30-40 treats, would be my guess, but I haven't done the testing. Will the entire stream be creative testing? Most likely, Marshall. I don't think I'm going to be getting into a playthrough today, because I would be starting completely from scratch and I wouldn't be able to get a lot done because I don't have a lot of time. If I were to get into a playthrough, I could maybe get to iron, but I don't know if you guys really need to see me just get to iron. Like, you guys have seen me do that a whole bunch already. I would say you guys are probably more interested in tips that I can give for the early game, if anything, and I can try to give those while creative mode testing. But yeah, can you get Dragon Steel in RLCraft 2.9? You cannot. So right now I'm briefly going through the pages, eyeing everything really fast to see if there's anything that I don't recognize, anything that I don't know about. Popped coarse fruit, I think you cooked that, just so I can segue. Okay, Totems of Undying, I want to talk about this, because 1-up potions. These potions of 1-up have been removed from the game. And I was really excited to talk about this. See, this is why I didn't make a how to be OP and RLCraft 2.9 video already. Because I would have talked about these 1-up potions. And they already got rid of them from the game. Which is unfortunate. They got rid of the 1-up potions because, like, for the next 90 seconds after you drink this, you basically have a Totem of Undying effect. So if you have, like, this effect and you throw it on yourself as a splash potion for, like, PvP for the next 90 seconds, even without holding a Totem of Undying, you'll get that effect, basically. Long story short. But they're in the game. They're not in the game anymore. That doesn't matter. So instead, you want to use Totems of Undying. If you ever find a pirate cove, I forgot what they're called. I think they're called Cultist Islands. If you ever find one of those, if you ever find a forest stronghold, if you ever find like an evoker spawner, you want to try to get these Totems of Undying because they are still, especially since shields have been nerfed and offhand items have been nerfed for the most part, except for like a bow. Having a bow or a crossbow, I will make a video on those, by the way. Crossbows are actually really good now. Having a Totem of Undying in your offhand is, I'd say it's very meta in 2.9 RLCraft. If you can get a Totem of Undying, keep it in your offhand. Because shields, I have a max shield right here. So you can't see all the enchantments on it. I think if I lower my scaling, video, GUI scale, small, normal, large. All right, now you should be able to see it. So look at these enchantments we really have here. Natural Blocking 2 doesn't go up to Natural Blocking 3 anymore. Empowered Defense 2 doesn't go up to Empowered Defense 4 anymore. If you guys know what those enchantments do, then you know you don't have to listen to this, but Natural Blocking will decrease the amount of damage that you take. Natural Blocking 2 is still really good, by the way. Empowered Defense 2, when you block an attack, the enemies are going to take a lot of damage. Think of it as Reflect. And then Burning Shield, they'll also be set on fire. Spike, they'll take additional damage. Knockback 2, when you Shield Bash, so when you Shield Bash, right? I don't know if you saw that, but like you hold this and then you Shield Bash. When you Shield Bash, they'll just get knocked back further, which is pretty cool. Curse of Possession, so it can't be disarmed. I also have it in this weapon. This is all the enchantments on this weapon, if you want to see them, by the way. But having an offhand weapon, shield, is still good, but only if you can get, like, all these enchantments on them. Because, like, you know, the shield is not going to protect you as much as a Totem of Undying. Having this in your offhand is probably going to actually help you more. Like in the early game and mid game. Now this shield is obviously better than a Totem of Undying now because it's maxed out. Keep in mind this is in creative mode. If you want to get all these enchantments normally, you want to make either a villager farm or just find a whole bunch of libraries around the world after you have a tamed flying mount. The second alternative would be my recommendation. Getting a flying mount is harder now, but it's still worth it. Taming a hippogriff by dropping rabbit's feet at its foot is also a really great option. Hippogriffs are now a lot better in comparison, considering how easy it is to get. If you find rabbit's foot in a witch dungeon or anything like that, you should keep them. If you find a hippogriff, just tame it really fast, slap a saddle on it, and you're literally so chilling. Keep an eye for rabbit's foot. That's a big tip. If you ever see rabbit's foot, just take it. If you see a rabbit, you don't necessarily have to kill it because it doesn't always drop its foot. But if you see these in, you know, witch dungeons, doom-like dungeons in the mid-game, pick it up because it might actually be faster to get hippogriff than finding those trolls. I just made your day. Hey, you made my day, Monir, for saying that. So what time is it for me? It is 12:48 p.m., so that's almost 1 p.m., so it's early in the day for me. I still have a good day. I have, like, my free day, but I have to go do laundry, and I have to pack everything for the trip, and that's going to take me a while, considering I have to pack for 2 weeks. I have to fit everything into 2 suitcases and make sure that I don't forget anything, like tuxedo as well as snorkeling gear, diving gear, and just casual wear, formal wear. I just gotta pack. You guys know how it is, right? Hey, must been. Are obsidian shields better than diamond shields? No, I just think they look cooler. Diamond shields are the best Shivaxi was talking about adding dragon shields into the game, but I think he forgot, which is unfortunate. Or maybe he couldn't find it. The best shield in the game is the Diamond Reinforced Shield or the Diamond Tower Shield. Defense 16 is the requirement, but shielding power 20, max precision 2560. This has only 1600 and shielding power 16, so it's the second best shield in the game. But it only requires 6 in defense and 6 in agility. And it gives you knockback resistance, which you don't really need because this is going to give you max knockback resistance anyways. But I just think it's kind of a cool if I make something in creative mode, I kind of want to mess around, and I think it's a lot more badass, is one word for it, to be carrying an obsidian shield. I've always thought it's cool to have an obsidian shield. In a survival playthrough, I would make a diamond shield 9 times out of 10 though, because it's just better. And this slows you down by 30%. Speed is so important, but I still like the idea of putting on a Titan Ring of Transformation. Look at this. A Titan Ring of Transformation and just being this stalwart, massive giant of a man. Like this is like a dream. Look at this, dude. If you see this coming at you, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you see a tower running at you? Yeah, that's right. You can't do anything. Also, though, take a look at this, though. They let you keep the vampire's best friend. I think Shivaxi might have forgot to take this out, but don't tell him. Nah, I'm sure he knows. But, he decided to keep this in for whatever reason. Every single player in our RLCraft has a vampire's best friend. They have a pet baby Balayang fighting by their side, and this thing is pretty strong. You should always keep it on follow and either assist or aggressive. Assist means that it will only attack things that you attack, so you'll always be hitting first. And aggressive will make it like Lydia from Skyrim, and she'll attack everything in sight for absolutely no reason. Women and children are not safe. This thing is crazy. Anything that shows any sort of hostile nature at all will get attacked by it. So, you don't have the vampire's best friend? Well, that's weird. Well, I don't know why I have it. It's in my game. You should have it. You should have it. I don't know why you don't have it. That's weird. Is it maybe because you don't have CurseForge? Very, very strange. So I'm the only one that has this? This is just in my default game. I'm telling you, chat. All I did was download this from CurseForge. Huh. That's weird. So you guys don't have this? Wait, actually, wait. Do you guys not have this? That's so weird. Oh, is it maybe because I'm a beta tester? If they gave that to beta testers, that's unfortunate. Maybe it's because I have the beta tests in my library somehow in CurseForge. Alright, so I'm going to open up CurseForge, and I'm going to show you guys what's up. Yeah, so this is literally my RLCraft, and this is all that I downloaded. Right? You don't have it either, but you play on a 2.8 server. Oh no, it's only going to be in 2.9. Can't you update Ice and Fire to get Dragonsteel? You can. You can still do that, Master Gaming, if you want. If you want, you can still do whatever you want. You can update Ice and Fire still. You'll do the exact same thing, right? You go to View Profile, go to Installed Mods, scroll down here, right? And then you notice that you can't update them. So go to Profile Options, allow content management for this profile. I'll show you once again if I did that really fast. Profile Options, make sure this box is checked. It won't be checked by default. Scroll down here to Spartan and Fire right here, and Ice and Fire Dragons. They should be right at the top. Ice and Fire Dragons, click this little update icon right there. Boom, you'll have Dragonsteel. As long as you also update Spartan and Fire. Update these two. You should still be able to do it. Yeah, I'm on 2.9 right now. But if you guys are on 2.9 RLCraft, that literally came out 3 days ago, you should have that vampire mount. Vampire pet. I mean, it's not a mount. If you guys don't have that, that's so strange. Check again. Check your summons. You should have it. Oh, if you don't have it, then that means that it must be because I was a beta tester. But I don't know how CurseForge would know that I'm a beta tester. Like, if I delete... I really don't want to delete these, though. They're kind of cool having these beta test things here with some of my saves. I can copy the saves over into this if I want, but I don't think I'm going to. That's so strange. So you guys do not have this vampire pet, really? Wow, that's strange. I guess I won't mention it in the video then, but if you do have this thing is amazing. It can help you a lot early on. Yeah, I'm not sure why I have it. It just came with the game, completely default. All I did was add Optifine in the shader pack, and this was already in it before I added Optifine in the shader pack. A Merry Christmas to you. It's called Lava. Merry Christmas as well. So NV Raj, thank you guys, man. Nice thumbnail. Oh, did I even make a thumbnail for this? Oh, thank you. I'm not sure. I forgot that I made a thumbnail. It must have taken the same thumbnail from the stream 2 weeks ago. You'll check to see. Thank you, Axel. Just let me know if you have it or not, because if everybody has this, that'll be amazing. And if not, well, then that's okay as well. Anyways, let me continue. So this Titan ring you find in the Lost Cities dimension if you want to know where that's from. But let me continue onto the pages to see if there's anything that I don't recognize. We got water breathing, instant health, poison, regeneration, strength. Okay, pretty standard. How do you make strength? Strength 2, glowstone, into potion of strength, blaze powder, awkward potion. Okay, never mind. Because strength is really good. If you can get strength easily, that's awesome. Fire resistance is still about as standard as possible. We got magma cream for fire resistance. If you can get that, that can help you a little bit, especially against dragons. Like, if you don't have an enchanted golden apple, if you instead drink, like, a fire resistance potion and go against the dragons, you'll do better. Because, like, guys, honestly speaking, dragons' melee damage is not that high. Like, it's not that high. I was doing damage tests against it. It doesn't hit, like, that much harder than other mobs. Like honestly, like, its melee damage is not that high. As long as you can be immune to fire and you fight a dragon, I have full confidence that you can take out the dragon in just regular diamond gear. As long as you have some healing capabilities, preferably put some protection on your diamond head and chest plate. But really, dragon's melee damage is not that high. It's really not that high, guys. The fire is the dangerous part. If you can become immune to fire, then a dragon is not very dangerous. The dragon's fire does a lot of damage, but the melee damage, you know, if you have protection diamond gear, it's really not that bad. It's like harder than the tower golem, yeah, and the dragons are faster than the tower golem, but they're not like super that much harder. You just got to know how to fight them. Yeah, Sea Serpent has really high melee. Yeah, Sea Serpent has higher melee than dragons, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sea Serpents, I think, do. What do you think is best gear right now in 2.9? You have white dragon armor with advanced protection 4 and still getting cheek clapped in Lost Cities. Yeah, Abdul. Dragon armor is second strongest gear. The strongest is golem gear, by far. Basically, think about it like this. You see that locational armor toughness option? It says 4.5. Think of that as like, this is rough calculations, but multiply that number by 2 and then add it to your locational armor. So think of this as like 9 plus 23. So pretend that this has a 32 base protection, right? Then if you go to a dragon helmet, right? This has 2 locational armor toughness at 19. So that's 4 plus 19, 23. So 23 is a lot less than 32, right? Well, then this right here, 2 locational armor toughness plus 21 locational armor. That's 4 plus 21, that's 25. Well, this has 9 plus 4 plus 15 is 24. So this is only 1 less protection than the dragon chestplate. So the dragon chestplate still protects you a little bit more than the golem chestplate, but not by much, and it just looks better with the set. Then the pants, 20 armor plus 4.5 times 2 is 29, which is more than 22. So golem armor is by far the best armor in the game. 15 plus 9, 24. 19. So golem armor is by far the best armor in the game. I think it's because Shivaxi really likes the golem armor. He readjusted the armor values, and first aid looks at them differently. He didn't actually like change anything though, so I don't want to be misquoted. I don't want to be misquoted. He didn't actually change anything. This is the way the armor was before. Golem armor was always really, like, quote-unquote better than dragon armor. But first aid reevaluated everything more. And while the numbers before didn't make golem armor look better, now when first aid reevaluates the number, they realize, okay, golem armor is just a lot better. Like, my guess is that golem armor had, like, hidden stats or something. I don't know. But golem armor is by far the best in the game. By a lot. Golem armor is so good. If you have golem armor with advanced protection, that's just enough to hit the armor cap. And then you have the most protection possible in the game. If you have the most protection possible in the game, things in the Lost Cities are pretty much not going to be able to do a lot of damage to you, if any. But in dragon armor, they can still clap your cheeks, yeah. Is dragon steel or golem better? I'd have to re-look at Dragonsteel, but I think Dragonsteel is stronger than Golem armor. Dragonsteel's armor values is really, really high. I have not checked what first aid says about it, though. While testing, I think that's a good idea, though. While testing, I'm going to have a changed, updated profile where I do update Ice and Fire and Spartan Fire so that I can compare the two sets. But I think Dragonsteel will be slightly better, but not by much. Basically, pretend Golem armor is like as good as Dragonsteel. This armor is just so good. I don't know how I didn't know this before. And I think Shivaxi might have changed values and didn't tell anyone. But he said he didn't change values. So Golem armor is just the best. Yeah. New RLCraft looks like Genshin? That's what I'm saying, dude. Look, I'm literally Amber from Genshin Impact right now. Look at me. I got my little red hat on, just like Amber wears red clothes. But yeah, so let me fix the GUI cuz I like that more. All right. So, doesn't Dragonsteel go beyond the armor cap? I'm pretty sure it does. Golem armor with advanced protection also goes slightly above the armor cap, so that means Dragonsteel I think is still better. But I have to reevaluate the numbers because first aid just basically recalculated the numbers. So think about in our RLCraft 2.8, all the numbers were read one way, and in 2.9 all the numbers have been reevaluated. To be more accurate. So before, like, some armors might actually have protected you more than you thought because their numbers were lower, but they would just protect you more. And I understand that now. I didn't understand that before. So, like, if something, like, let's say the Golem armor, just imagine the Golem armor said that it had 1 armor protection in 2.8, but it actually still protected you for these same numbers. First aid just reevaluated the numbers. But I think Dragonsteel is still stronger because Dragonsteel was designed to be the strongest armor like ever. So I think Dragonsteel is stronger than Golem, but not by much. I don't think you need Dragonsteel. Golem armor goes over the armor cap with advanced protection. Shivaxi said that Golem armor with advanced protection is the only default RLCraft armor that goes over the armor cap. So you are useless, Kaz? Hey, bad Milene. Why are you say that? This hurt feeling. Whoa. My own mod. How are you doing, by the way, Milene? Join your RLCraft server. Teach a noob how to play. Quals, I will make a whole bunch of RLCraft videos when I come back from vacation to help teach people how to play. But I hope that your server goes really, really well. The reason why I don't play on multiplayer servers as well is because I can only play on like one server at a time. And I'm very, very try-hard. So if I get on a server, I'm just going to do everything I can to be the strongest thing ever. And I'm going to get obsessed with like grinding and being a Sigma grind set. So I have to like control myself and not get on like a multiplayer server So I don't play on multiplayer servers very much at all. Are rapiers still the best melee weapon? That's a wonderful segue, Rift. Let me transfer into talking about weapons. Alright. Alright, guys. I did this yesterday, but there is a new King of Weapons in RLCraft. And the King of Weapons, well, technically there are a lot of options, right? So for example, this what is it called, the lance? All right, yeah, you see this ice dragonborn lance? When you're riding like the wolf mount, it's the hardest hitting weapon in the game. However, if you're not riding the wolf mount, the highest DPS is very close between the iced dragonbone halberd and the iced dragonbone pike. However, for PvP, the best weapon by far would be the iced dragonbone warhammer, because its attacks go 50% through armor, and that's so crazy. Going through someone's armor is massive. So in PvP, the warhammer basically makes 50% of their defense gone, and you're actually like able to like take chunks out of their health. So the Ice Dragonbone Warhammer is the best for PvP. It actually has pretty fast attack speed and pretty good damage. And it slows and knockbacks targets. So the Ice Dragonbone Warhammer is a really good weapon. However, the best weapon is the Ice Dragonbone Pike. Now let me explain why that is the case. And this weapon that I have right here is the Ice Dragonbone Pike. Now let me explain why that is. Now the reason for that, let me take off this ring, because I don't want to be massive big anymore. Now, why am I using ice? That's a good question. Ice, it's cold lava. Deep into streaming and working lately. Well, I hope that you're having a good day, Milane, and I hope that your streams have been going well. Merry Christmas, iCuz. But yeah, the reason why ice over fire is because of a problem with the reach passive. You guys see this reach passive? Increased melee damage range. Higher reach levels have more range, right? Now there's a problem with this. You see, when you coat an enemy on fire, the fire is what's registered as the entity. So reach, the way reach seems to be coded, is that it only locks onto enemies and targets that you're hitting, but it won't lock onto fire. So look at this. Like, look, I can hit it from here. So this is about max range. Look how far away I'm hitting, right? I need to wait for it to not be infected by well, my weapon kind of takes away some of the, but yeah, let's see, where is, I think this might have minus 15 reach distance. Lovely. I just need a base one. Can I just get a base pike, please? Okay, there we go. So right here, boom, I'm pretty far away, right? We got boom, 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 right? Boom. I need to wait for it to be on fire. Boom. See, look, I can't hit it. That's because the reach registers the fire as the enemy, so I can't hit it. So it basically makes this reach non-existent. Now, the reason why having fast attack speed and reach is really, really good is just because there are going to be instances, especially in the Lost Cities dimension, where you're going to be wanting to keep your distance away from those Lost Cities enemies, because there are enemies in the Lost Cities that have extra attack range. They have longer range than you do, but if you have a weapon like this, you can hit them from further away, right? So if you can hit an enemy from further away than like a longsword, right? So you have a longsword, you can't hit it from way over here. You have to be like, look, you can't even hit it from here, right? So just being very far away and being able to attack an enemy is really, really useful. And if you have the passive enchantment long, like this is sweeping on it, then I can hit it from even further away. but like I think it's registered as like being poisoned. That's another problem though. The envenomed enchantment registers an entity as poisoned rather than an enemy. So that kind of messes with reach. So if you do put envenomed, or by that same logic, like supreme fire aspect, that will mess up the internal cooldown of reach. But being able to attack enemies from very far away is just super useful in the Lost Cities dimension. And its attack speed is pretty fast. So the pike, in my opinion, is probably the best melee weapon for the Lost Cities dimension. And the halberd has a little bit more DPS, I think. And it has shield breach. It's pretty nice. It's pretty close though to the pike, like 1.4 and 13, 1.2 and 15. I'll do the math right here actually. Which one has higher DPS? Like as a base versus... Alright, so the halberd has a little bit more DPS. Just very slightly. So, like, for PvE, a halberd you can use, but it's only, like a little bit less damage than this. And the pike is really good. But yeah, because of that messing up with the reach passive, you don't really want to alter the state of enemies if you want to take full advantage of this reach passive. Once you get a weapon this strong though, then it doesn't really matter too much. But like, you know, you're gonna want that to be, you know, you're gonna want to take that into consideration, right? They're good, but not the best. Saber and rapier both got nerfed. No, okay, yeah. Let me talk about saber and rapier now. Oops. Okay, so the reason why the saber and the rapier aren't as good as they were before was because they got nerfed. But they're still so good, guys. Sabers are so good still, right? Also, the longsword's not bad either. I think its DPS is like a little bit better than the halberd as well. But the halberd like also has shield breach. So the longsword is just a high DPS weapon. I'd say probably use the longsword actually in PvE. But let me drink some water. But take a look at this saber. Its damage is so low, yeah? But look at what it does. Negates 25% of all damage taken. This is a flat 25% protection. And this flat damage resistance is super good once you have a lot of armor on, especially. Because if you're basically not taking any damage anyways, and now you're taking 25% less, you pretty much start taking like no damage. I know that's not really how damage negation works, but you know what I mean. The stronger you are, the more that 25% damage negated carries. So in the end game, once you get super strong, just being 25% more protected is a really big deal. Rapiers have the same thing. Rapiers, I'd say, are a little bit better than sabers in the late game, but in the early game, sabers might be a little bit better, because they just have higher base damage. But in the late game, look at the difference between 5.75 and 4.25. Once you have supreme sharpness and subject PE on these weapons, the difference is not very noticeable. So I'd say still go with the rapier because that attack speed is just glorious. So negating 25% of all damage taken at the cost of weapon durability, this is still an amazing weapon, guys. This is still amazing. Especially when you don't have max armor protection. If you're in full, like, maybe dragon bone armor, right? Dragon scale armor. Sorry, I'm still in the mindset of Skyrim. My god. So when you have, like, dragon armor on, sea serpent armor, diamond armor on, then a rapier is really good, right? But the problem is it won't do that extra 100% damage against a foe that has no armor on, right? But then you look at a sword, right? Where's the sword? We just got a regular sword around here somewhere, right? Fire. Sword. All right. Wow. What in the world? How do you even? Can you even make this? Oh, my game frozen. Okay, yeah, you can make this. So like, but look at this damage, bro. 9.5 base damage. The rapier had 4.25 base damage. The sword is just so much more DPS. Like, I'm telling you. The only problem with the sword is that it doesn't negate 25% of all damage taken. The rapier and the sabers are no longer offensive go-to weapons. They are defensive go-to weapons. If you want to have more protection, then you want to have the saber or the rapier. But if you want to have more damage, then you don't go with that anymore. You want to go with the sword, or you want to go with the long sword, which is 15.75 attack damage. As long as you have Vitamin Bubble, or like the Ankh Charm, or anything that negates mining fatigue, then you can have a two-handed weapon in your main hand without having to take that two-handed weakness. See that two-handed debuff? Any item in the opposite hand slows down attack speed and reduces damage by 50% unless wielded by a Titan, or if you have vitamins or the Ankh Charm. Right. That's why you have an Ice Dragon Classic Sword. Yes, they're so good, right, Abel? They're really, really good. The pike is still, you know, got more range, but in terms of DPS-wise, the sword still has faster attack speed. It does a little bit less damage, but that's okay. Attack speed is really, really important, especially since, look at this. Swifter Slashes only goes up to 3 now. So you can't spam things the same speed as before. Attack speed actually means something now. Even potentially going for attack passives on baubles is not a bad idea. Let's see. I don't think, do these work with glowing ingots? I think they work with glowing ingots. Yeah. So like, so strengthening, no projectile damage. But yeah, you see that violent passive, that plus 8% attack speed at the bottom? That's starting to be that's starting to actually make a difference. I'm just trying to see, where is it? Yeah, okay, there's also this new arcane one. If you want to be a mage in the game, I will explain how that works in like a future video. But basically wielding a staff from no, equipment forge. So wielding a staff with like with, you know, a scepter is really, really good now. What is it called? A jewel? Yeah, like a jewel head. This is how you be a mage in the game. All this damage here is affected by your magic damage. So look, plus 3% magic damage. If you have all your baubles on arcane, you're gonna actually start slapping with these stabs, and I'll make a video talking about that. But that's really, really cool. But what I want to show is where's I'm just trying to get the punishing quality. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't give attack speed, but yeah, okay, it gives attack damage and magic damage as well. See, punishing gives magic damage, attack damage, and projectile damage. Like, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. Your magic also is affected by, like, ooh, this arsing orb here. You see this right here? This is also affected by your magic damage. See, this does 40 damage. If you have more magic damage, this will also do more damage, more than 40, right? So you have 12% extra magic damage. This will be doing a little bit more damage. I don't really like the arsing orb. It doesn't make any sense to me how it costs so much mana just to do one little attack when I can shoot my bow and do the same amount of damage. But that's okay. You can play like a mage if you want to. And I'll try to explain how that works in a video. Can I make a rapier do 225% more damage with the dragon ring? I mean, with the dragon ring, does it go through enemy armor? If the dragon ring lets you penetrate enemy armor, then yeah. No, but you see, by that same logic, okay, so this doesn't penetrate armor. You almost got me with that. If this actually penetrated armor, then I'd be like, okay. No, by that same logic, you can do 225% of a rapier's damage. You know, by that same logic, you can do like 225% damage of a pike or whatever. I don't even know where you're getting that 225 from, but you'll still do more damage with a pike is basically what I'm trying to say. Because the Dragon Ring, it doesn't penetrate armor. All it does is give you 25% attack damage. But you are telling the truth. If, in theory, you're fighting a bunch of naked zombies with no armor on, then you're still going to want a rapier. Because zombies don't have any base armor. But the second that any of those zombies have, like, a headpiece on or something, then all of a sudden, you're going to be tickling it. Right, so I'd say just go for like a sword or a pike if you want to do damage. If you're doing PvP, go for a warhammer. All right. Oh, it used to add 125%? No, I think maybe what somebody said is that you do 125% damage, while normally you're doing 100% damage. So if I have just a normal sword, I'm doing 100% damage of that sword. If I have this, now I'm doing 125%. So if this sword does 10 attack damage, this will make it do 12.5 attack damage instead. Right? Anyways. But yeah, going back to weapons. We've got the katana. Good attack speed, chest damage bonus as well. 50% damage when the foe have no chest armor, which is still pretty cool. It's basically like a better saber for damage, but the saber protects you from chest damage bonus. So the katana is actually very good damage, very good, DPS and chest damage bonus. If the enemy has no armor, then it's good. But the problem is, like, every enemy in the game has armor now. If you go into the Lost Cities, every enemy has armor. Dragons have armor. Anything with like any armor in a dungeon has armor. So sabers and rapiers are just nerfed because of that. But that's okay, because they stood at the top of the throne for a long time. It's about time that other things step up and are better now. But yeah, hopefully I better answered the questions about these weapons. This is also really cool. 50% base weapon damage against undead foes, which is pretty good. This weapon has like highest DPS in the game against like skeletons and zombies. So if you want to go through a battle tower, making a flanged mace. So like when you go through a battle tower, right? I'm actually starting to think that you might want to just bring this, like honestly speaking, over a sword. It's something that I've been thinking about, because this will be making it do like, 9 base weapon damage, which is basically like doing as much as an axe, but it has faster attack speed. So that's pretty good compared to like a sword, like an iron sword, right? 6 attack damage, the same attack damage as an iron sword, just a little bit slower attack speed, but it has that added bonus of 50% extra damage to undead. So for the early game, making a flanged mace is not a bad idea. And also in the early game, making a saber or a rapier is still not a bad idea. Like, yes, this will do 50% damage. So this will be doing like as much as an iron sword as long as the enemy doesn't have any armor. So as long as the enemy does not have armor, this is doing just as much as an iron sword. But it also absorbs 25% of all damage taken. So see, the saber is still good, but it's not, as good. I'd still recommend the flanged mace, because taking 25% less damage in the early game, you're still gonna get like one shot by things. Like, let's be real here. Everything hits so hard when you don't have good armor on in RLCraft. You basically want to just not get hit, period. So I think having low protection actually will make you better at the game, because you're not going to feel protected, so you're not going to get cocky. You're going to always feel vulnerable at all times, and it's going to make you play more carefully. If you feel like, yo, I got 25% extra protection, don't worry, homies, I got this, then you're going to go in and something's going to kill you. Right. Yeah. Hey guys, don't no spamming, no spamming. I think Iran, just like other countries, are amazing, but I don't know why you gotta say it 20 times. Um, yeah, 2.9 finally after years. Hey, it's not. It hasn't been years. 2.9 is more difficult than I thought. This is good. I'm kind of hyped now. Yeah, 2.9 is more difficult. It's definitely more difficult. Um, why are they spamming? I think they're just trying to get my attention. Well, I hope that you guys are having a great day and having a good holiday season. I don't know what you guys might celebrate in Middle Eastern countries. I don't know if they celebrate the same celebrations that we celebrate, but I hope you guys are having a great day regardless. If it's a celebration today or not, I don't know, but I hope you're having a good day. You like difficulty, no cap? I like difficulty too. It's been 1.5 years. No. Poland is better. Nah, I think that all countries are amazing in their own ways, and I don't think that they should be compared. Because, like, think about it objectively speaking. There can be an amazing person from France or Italy, right? Like, these are just examples. And it doesn't matter that they're French or Italian, and the area that they're in, it doesn't matter. Because that person is still amazing regardless. So what if there's like a tree that has like stronger wood in one area, then I guess that's like an advantage like for infrastructure. But other than that, I don't think that areas should be compared, other than like natural resources, I guess. But even saying that kind of feels weird to like roll off the tongue. But you guys know what I mean. So let me bring the UI. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. I do not know what happened, but you can change the UI scale to be 8 times larger or smaller now, and that's weird. Like a series? Am I going to do a 100-day RLCraft? Yes, when the hardcore config comes out, I plan on doing that. And I'm really excited for that. The hardcore config should be out within a few months. The hardcore config, which makes this game even harder, I really like that because I feel like I have to actually focus and have to think about everything that I have to do, and I love a challenge like that. For me, everything that I like, when I feel like I possess a certain skill set for something that not a lot of people do, that gets me excited. But like when I'm playing RLCraft normally, I'm not really worried about it too much. But if I'm playing like RLCraft with like extra challenge and stuff, and I feel like I can actually do this, then that's super cool. All right. All these fish cannot be made. These are all things that you get in the nether. Okay. Boo, 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 boo. Enchantments. Any enchantment that I do not recognize. I know what all these do. Multi-shot, rapid fire, spell, proof penetration. Blah, 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 flame, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Any advice for a noob? You just got diamond equipment and don't know what to pursue now? Yo, what's up, Lesno? Okay, the next thing that you should do after diamond armor is look for a roguelike dungeon. Roguelike dungeons can be found. You'll find them by seeing a spiral staircase down. There might be like a wooden structure or a temple in the desert or a frozen temple in a tundra. Just go exploring and try to find a roguelike dungeon. In that dungeon, go down deep and you might find some trolls to fight, as well as enchanted armor. At the bottom of that dungeon, it'll be like nether themed. In that area, there will be a lot of spawners. You can, if you feel like you have what it takes to fight them, you can fight them, but be careful, a blight might mess you up, so you need to bring some protection, bring some blocks to build walls if you have to, break some spawners, make sure you have a decent pickaxe, potentially with efficiency, because now that actually matters. Now spawners are tankier, so you kind of need a pickaxe with efficiency to break them fast. Go into that roguelike dungeon, look for enchantments. Protection is going to be your best friend. Or what you could do instead is go on a mining adventure trying to get diamonds, try to find caverns that have trolls in it and kill the trolls so that you can make an avian saddle. And then you need to go out and tame a rock, like with the avian treats. that I described later, right? You want to go find a lot of silexes. When you're at night, go to fresh water, look for silexes, and kill them so you can make these avian treats. Once you have the avian treats, you can tame or at least gain knowledge of a rock. Another thing, like, you don't have to worry about really killing it or not, since it's so hard to tame these things. You just get knowledge of them. Another thing that you can try to find when you have diamond armor is try to find witch dungeons. You'll find them. They're these big square-like dungeons. You can sometimes see them underwater in the ocean. You can find them underwater in the underground in the overseas. You can find rabbit's foot in these dungeons, and these rabbit's foot can be used to tame hippogriffs. Drop them by pressing Q at the foot of a hippogriff. After it eats a few of them, it'll be like, bro, you're my favorite person. And then you can slap a regular saddle on them, which are really easy to make. And then you can literally fly it off into the sunset. And if you want to find how to control it, go to your controls here. And the movement should be somewhere around here. Yeah. If you want to know how to control it better. Yeah. So what about if you have iron tools and iron tools? Yo, so if that's the case, Leyenda, I would recommend going to like either battle towers or mining as well. Mining down underground or going to battle towers is a really good advice, because you want to try to get you want to try to get like ideally a means to explore by getting that avian mount. Or what you can do is as well, sometimes like just exploring overseas with a boat is not a bad idea either. Like, yes, flying mounts make exploration faster, but this is something people forget. You can still explore without a flying mount, guys. You can still take a boat out to seas and have, like, you know, decent enough protection. You just have to watch out for sea serpents. Make sure to keep an eye out for sea serpents, and you can still explore overseas. You can still run across biomes on foot. Just make sure that you have some wood on you to make campfires, some food on you so that you don't die of starvation. You can still explore on foot. Find some villages with some good librarians. Trade with them. Get a lot of XP. Then you'll get, once you get more XP, you can then equip diamond armor once you find diamonds. If you have more XP, you can start leveling up your stats in this menu. Leveling up your iron skin and your melee damage is so important, and leveling up your sprint speed can also save your life. Getting XP is a big deal. Trading with villagers gives you a lot of XP, and who knows, maybe you'll find like really cool structures. Really cool structures that has a lot of good loot, because remember, exploration in RLCraft really gives you a lot of advantages. But, you know, you can explore if you want, but probably the best advice would be look for a battle tower, break the spawners, loot up there, or digging underground and trying to fight trolls in caves. Because you want to be able to get this mount. The sooner that you can get this avian mount, you basically beat the game. Once you use a soul stone, which does require 8 in magic now. Keep that in mind. You have to have 8 in magic. 8 in magic is so much more important now than it used to be. Once you have 8 in magic and you use the soul stone on your tamed creature, you pretty much beat the game. Once you have a flying mount, you beat the game. That's basically what I've always been saying. And it used to be so incredibly easy to tame those mounts and, you know, quote unquote beat the game. But now that should be your goal. Going underground, killing trolls, because it's harder now to get it, but once you get it, you still win. It's still basically GG if you get a flying mount, because you can always escape just about every situation by either just digging underground or flying away on your flying mount. Like if a dragon attacks you, sometimes like literally the best thing you can do is just dig underground or dig into a nearby wall. Try to get out of line of sight, break its line of sight, and then dig underground or dig into a nearby wall. Like, escaping dragons is not super duper hard, but is unlucky sometimes when you still find them. Any tips on where to make a base? Biome near a structure or village? Yeah, Jozilla, the best advice I can give for that is to build it near a village or just build it at a village. You see these waystones? You'll see these waystones at villages. And you can make them as well if you can find a nether star. But nether stars are pretty rare from battle towers. And you do get them from killing withers. And, you know, spawning a wither is really not that hard, to be honest. But you do need those wither skeleton skulls. They drop from geists and stuff that you can kill in battle towers because they'll just spawn from the zombies and stuff that you kill, but you can also get them from, especially right now with these Christmas treats, like these presents. Like, you get these presents, on December 25th. Yeah, I mean, I don't really recommend, actually. Wait, I don't actually recommend opening these. Wait, these are the large ones that spawn multiple ones. Aren't there regular, like, gift? Yeah, okay. These are the ones. Yeah. Open these. Don't open this. Don't open this. Okay, this is really dangerous. Unless you have, like, a lot of armor. Because this doesn't give you anything. This big box never gives you anything good. I've tested this extensively. This doesn't give you anything good. It only spawns monsters. Okay? But yeah, build it at a village, because whenever you can find a waystone, that means boom, that area is safe unless there's a dragon at it. Sometimes dragons like to live at villages, and villagers for some reason don't realize that they shouldn't build their base next to a dragon, but that's okay. So waystones are so amazing because you can just warp there at any time. If you get lost, spawned out in the middle of no man's land because your base somehow got quote-unquote obstructed, you can just teleport back there. And if you don't want your base to get obstructed, don't break your bed, and don't put your bed in an area that next to walls, because sometimes that messes it up for whatever reason. But yeah, set your spawn by activating a waystone. And then as long as you don't sleep in a bed, you will respawn back at that waystone. But obviously you're going to want to sleep through the night usually. So sleep in a bed, but then don't break that bed. Because if you break that bed, the next time you respawn, you're going to be respawning in the middle of nowhere. Another tip, which is a little bit quote-unquote abusive, but our RLCraft is abusive to our mental health. So I don't know why we shouldn't take advantage of these tips. If you don't have anything, right? Another great way to explore, all right? And I kind of, you know, you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. But if you don't have anything, or you're like level 0, you can just put all of your important stuff in a chest, right? And then you can place a bed, set your spawn point, and break the spawn point. And then you go drown yourself in a nearby river or creek, or just get killed by something. Now you might think, Kaz, why would I do that? Why would I do that in-game? Why would I kill my character in-game? This is all in-game, right? So you drown your character, and now you'll respawn someplace random because your bed has been obstructed, right? Now you might, and then if you spawn someplace random and there's nothing good there, well, then you just commit in-game suicide again, and then you'll spawn someplace else. Then you might spawn next to a village, and then now, boom, you have another village that you explored. You can literally do this non-stop. You can do this pretty much forever. Now that's why the hardcore config is more impressive, because if you keep doing that respawn tactic to keep discovering all these locations, you're going to eventually get so much stuff that you don't know what to do with. Every single village has so many resources for you. Food, wood, librarians, villagers to trade with, resources to take and trade with villagers. Now you have all these emeralds, you have all this XP, you leveled up a whole bunch of stats because you found all these villages. And that's another reason why the avian mount was so important, because you would just literally take that avian mount over to these villages and just get all this stuff for free, right? So that's a good tip that you guys can use if you're really early on in the game. It's actually not a bad, it's a pretty good idea to do that early on if you don't mind spending a little bit extra time. Obviously, if you're doing a speed run, you don't really want to do that too much, because it does take some time to get these good spawns, and you will only spawn within the first 10,000 blocks in all directions from 0-0. So it's not like you're going to spawn in like 50,000, 30,000, right? It's only going to be within the first 10,000 blocks. But what enchants do I have on my armor? We got Respiration, Aqua Affinity, Advanced Mending and Breaking, Advanced Protection, then Advanced Protection and Breaking 3, Meltdown 2, Inner Berserk 4, Advanced Mending, Strength and Vitality 5, Agility 2, evasion, advanced medding, unbreaking 4, advanced protection 4, high jump, lightweight, advanced feather falling, depth strider, you know, advanced medding, unbreaking, advanced protection. This is pretty much all you need. There are a few more enchantments you could get for the armor, but they don't really help. Like, for example, Magma Walker on the boots. You can put Curse of Possession on all of them if you wanted, so that the stupid little fairies can't steal them from you. Make the God Armor. Oh, this is the God Armor. This is the best armor you can get. Can I make a 500 damage sword? That would require more Mortalitas. You would need Mortalitas, but the problem is Mortalitas doesn't work with Envenomed and Viper. So Mortalitas can potentially make you do like a little bit more damage on the first swing, but the second swing on this will be more damage. This does a lot of damage though. I don't even know how to calc this properly, but like 59,420, like, yeah, like this does a lot of damage, but I wish that it like would show how much damage it really does. All right, so let's see. See, with every single swing, it's doing like over 50 damage. But like look at its HP go down. Like 300, 200, 100, 0, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I accidentally one-shot it with Atomic Deconstructor. So technically, if you want to get technical, I just did 62,000 damage with that swing, but that's because of Atomic Deconstructor. Now, you can't make a 500 damage sword anymore. This weapon is the strongest weapon in the game. Well, one of the strongest weapons in the game. I would say it's the strongest, though, because it's just nuts. But you can't make a 500 damage weapon in the game because Shivaxi thought that was unbalanced, so he took everything out of the game that can lead up to that. Difficulty's Endowment used to increase the damage of this considerably, and he got rid of that. So Ancient Sword Mastery was also removed. Subject History was also removed. Subject History plus Mortalitas 8 plus Difficulty's Endowment plus Supreme Sharpness was the combination, plus Rune Piercing Capabilities 4, of course. That was the combination to give you the most damage in the game. That was removed because it was super OP. So now we have to instead settle for the next best thing, which Mortalitas, I still haven't done the damage casting. I think it might be slightly more damage for the first swing, but this is, I think, more DPS. Lifesteal 2 was also damage enchantment, but now we can settle for the next best things. We've got Envenomed plus Viper plus Supreme Sharpness 5 plus Subject PE 5. So this is the next best thing. You can't do 500 damage with a single swing anymore. You can do 62,000 though, as you saw, but that's all Atomic Deconstructor 2. Atomic Deconstructor, if you don't know what it does, it has an incredibly small chance to one-shot your opponent. Because of this, that's why Nunchucks used to be the best PvP weapon, because it had the fastest attack speed in the game. If you had Atomic Deconstructor on it, if you attack like, 5 times every second, or even more than that, like 10 times every second, that gives you a big increased chance that the more damage you do to someone, you're going to eventually proc that Atomic Deconstructor. And the only way to save yourself from that is with a Totem of Undying, or the Totem of the Potion of 1-Up, which got removed because it was too OP. What do you think is the most effective way to get XP? Alright, so the best way to get XP, by far, it's not even close. The standard method is still just taking an Education 3 weapon and killing monsters in like a battle tower, killing monsters in a dungeon. That gives you so much XP, it's absurd. Unfortunately, the best XP method, Villager, was removed from the Ice City. It was the rarest structure in the game, but Shivaxi still removed that Villager from the structure. You can no longer trade Obsidian for Obsidian to get infinite XP. they got rid of that villager. I don't know if he put it at the Shivaxi structure. I'll have to do testing on that. Actually, wait, let's do that right now. Not a bad idea. Okay. Not a bad idea. Let's spawn in the Shivaxi monument over here. I want to see what he changed about it. Okay, did he change its name? I'm gonna look for it in my Curse Forge. Alright. Okay, structures, active name. P underscore which village P snow ship. Wow. Maybe it's just called Shivaxi. Okay, it's just called Shivaxi. Never mind. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. There we go. Whoa! No shot! This is the coolest thing I've ever seen! You have to fight Shivaxi? In Minecraft? Yo! Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yo! Wait a second. He was he was cursing at me, dude. Take that, Shivaxi. Dude, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the was that, bro? Oh my god. He got rolled by the strongest weapon in the game. I'm sorry, my guy. Bro, he dropped the Totem of Undying, my boy. Okay. 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 Okay, now look. The reason why I'm just messing around right now, guys. That is a hard boss fight. I am sure that's a very hard boss fight. But I want to see. He said that he might add a villager to this structure. And I don't know if he actually did or not. So we're gonna just explore the structure really briefly, okay? Do I prefer 2.8.2 or 2.9? 2.9 by far. Not even close, really. 2.8.2 is still great, but 2.9 is just better. Oh, he's got the Christmas. I forgot the Christmas thing in this game. Yo, look at this. Look at this. It comes with saddles. Wow, that means... Wait, you know what this means, Chad? This is the highest... I think this might actually be the highest tier loot pool. That means that these saddles are added to the loot pool. That means in end cities. I think you can find these in end cities. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I have to do so much testing. It's crazy how much testing I have to do. Oops. Creative mode glitches. Fun. 2.9 is way harder. Yeah. But that's cool. It's not impossible that saddles are added into the high tier loot pool. Unless he made a custom loot pool for this structure, which is also not impossible. But I think there's also... I can't remember if I looted up there or in here. Okay, so I looted in here. There should be more. But yeah, if they added saddles into the high-end loot pools, that's pretty nice. Hey, look at this. We got amphibian treats here. Man, what's with all these curses, bro? Then we got arthropod treats. Hey, I thought only a Malgalich could drop this Shivaxi. Oh, maybe he has this because Shivaxi defeated... Okay, okay. So Shivaxi in this universe defeated a Malgalich. Okay. Bro, this is dope. Hey, a soul key. Dude, the loot here is kind of nuts. Bro, Shivaxi's a monster, bro. This is so cool. Wow. Look at this. Shivaxi's so dope. He's a very, very cool guy, too. It was so fun. Right when RLCraft 2.9 came out, he messaged me, and he was like, yo, 2.9 is out. And I'm like, yo, I was watching the stream. No, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited to make this, to make content for 2.9 RLCraft. Let's just fix this because I'm gonna fall through because I'm such a Pepe guy. I know I will. But yeah, so this stream, I'm gonna keep doing some testing because it is important to do tests. Alright, such a hard boss fight, but dog piss loot. Yeah, I mean, I imagine the loot is, the loot is from the structure. The loot is from the structure. Like, killing that dude gives you Totem of Undying. But, you know, there's probably more. Like, the structure has all the more. Is there a way to add the replay mod to RLCraft? I tried it once, but there was no replay viewer button. That's a good question. I think that there's a way to implement, like other software to replay. I forgot what the keybind to it was. Is it not this? Nah, but there's this you know, I would just use OBS if you want to record stuff. It's a lot better than the replay viewer. I know, obviously, saving a replay is super dope. Wasn't it Windows G? Yeah, do you have Xbox Game Capture? Like, this is what I see right now, right? So if I press Windows G, it's got this game capture here. And I think that there's a way, capture... I know you can capture something. Show all captures. We got camera, take a screenshot. Record last 30 seconds. You see this right here? I think that, I don't know if you have Xbox Game Capture on your PC or not. But if you press Windows plus G, you can choose an option right here, record last 30 seconds, and you should be able to find it in your captures, which will be in a certain folder. And it can also use like OBS as well. You can link your OBS to it. Yeah, so Windows plus G. I don't know if you actually have this or not, but I know I've got this, and you can choose to record last 30 seconds, but I don't know if I could make a keybind for this. Yeah, sorry that I couldn't help you with that. I like trying to answer questions, but I didn't know how to answer that one very well, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Can you go over the new baubles again if it doesn't bother? That's a great segue into the next section. Dude, see, you guys keep me on track. New baubles, guys. There are new baubles, and the Ender Queen crown has been changed. So look at this. There's a 5% chance to ignore just damage when attacked, which is really good. And there's a 5% chance to spawn an Enderman whenever you get attacked as well. And Endermen fight for you and follow you, so this is really, really cool. I think that there's also some other stuff that it does. I could be wrong, but this also gives you weakness to water. So if I put this on, right, and then let's go over to some water. Hopefully I don't insta-die. I'm pretty sure I won't insta-die. But, so if you guys know, if you're wearing the Ender Queen crown, I should be taking damage. Maybe it's because I have this on. Maybe it's because I have this on. Oh, it takes away my mana, and then when my mana is gone, it starts doing damage to me. That's right, okay, so the Ender Queen Crown takes your mana. Who's hurting me? Okay. Alright, okay. I'm paralyzed by the wolf still. And I'm sinking too. The Ender Queen Crown makes me sink. Alright, so having the Ender Queen Crown makes you sink in water and does damage to you after zapping you of all your mana. But it gives you a 5% chance to ignore damage and a 5% chance to spawn an Enderman when you're getting attacked. So if you're getting attacked by a whole bunch of enemies all at once, that could be really, really not that bad. And honestly speaking, how do you make it? I'll have to make a new Baubles tier list because they've changed what they do. Where is it? Yeah, it's not like super hard to make, I guess. I mean, it's kind of hard to make, let's be real here. It's kind of hard to make. Ender Biotite now for the Shield of Honor? Bruh. So you might as well. At least you can still use the Ender Dragon Egg. Okay, so let's go over the new Baubles. So Miner's Ring is the same. All we're gonna do is go over the new ones. Alright, so the Wrath Pendant. You can't make this anymore. Uses mana now, doesn't take damage. Yeah, thank you, Depth Singer. I forgot that. I made an army of 40 cockatrices. Are you proud of me? And should I make a nest of marmots extinct from the loot and the fun of it? I think you should. I think that would be really cool, Riken. I've never heard of somebody doing something like that, but that's very creative. But imagine how much more epic you could make dragon fights or stuff like that with the replay mod. That is true. If the replay mod could work, that could be really cool. Mama's now down to 100? Yup. I mean, I only have 100 mana, if that's what you mean. Mana is now down to 100. But that's because I don't have the Dragon's Eye on. If I have the Dragon's Ring, it gives me like 500. And you can also get mana passively. Remember, if you eat these. Remember, if you eat mana crystals, it gives you plus 10 max mana up to a maximum of more mana. You make these very like this, glowing dim, and then if I eat these, it gives me more mana. 2, 3. Where do you get 2.9? You get it from Curseforge launcher is where I got mine. I'm sure you can maybe find it at other places, but I could only find it via Curseforge. But now, if I enter the water with the Ender Queen's Crown, I have 200 mana, see? But I am still sinking. I'm still sinking. Bruh, let me up. You have to spam spacebar to get up. My god. Yeah, this is really not safe, huh? Yeah, the Ender Queen Crown gives you a heavy weight effect. My goodness. I really don't like that. But yeah, so I have 200 mana now because I ate 10 of those crystals, right? So, more new Baubles. We have, these are all the same. So, Enchanted Flower. This is something that you create. You can feel strong magical fluctuations coming from this. I don't actually know what this does. I know that you can use this as an ingredient for something, though. I have a feeling that that's all you can do, though. I don't think you can even equip this, can you? Yeah, you can't equip this, and it doesn't do anything. But this is an ingredient for something. If I right-click it, you see it's a part of the Arsing Orb bauble. This Arsing Orb, it'll stun enemies when you dodge. So I'd say that's the best thing about the Arsing Orb, is that when you dodge, which default can be found here, agility, dodge. Right here, hold shift, for description. Your hard work is paying off. You're now able to dodge enemy attacks. So, as a default, I dodge with control, I think, but I changed it to E. I'm pretty sure, right? Boom, dodge. And I have a cooldown of how much I can dodge, right? So I'm getting attacked by things, and I'm going to dodge with E. You see that? After that dodge, so when I dodge now, if I have the Arsing Orb equipped, it will paralyze all enemies in my path. And that is by far the best thing about the Arsing Orb. In my personal opinion, is that when you dodge, it paralyzes enemies. This is good because you could run away from blights. But the thing is, when you get geared to the point where you're making this, you usually are not going to want to run away from blights per se. But it can help you in the Lost Cities dimension if you want to run away from some of those crazy mutated enemies. Being able to paralyze them by just running away from them with E is pretty nice. But it's so expensive to make this thing. It's so crazy expensive to make it. And its other abilities are press X to fire a bolt attack. And it costs 300 mana. And this also grants a double tap dodge ability that costs 30 mana. I don't understand if that's a different dodge ability. A double tap dodge ability. I don't know if that's the same dodge ability, bro. I always assumed that it was, but it just occurred to me that maybe it's not the same thing. Are pikes now the preferred weapon? Yeah. I like pikes. Because for Lost Cities Dimension, in terms of overall DPS, the longsword is a little bit more DPS, but the pike is got extra reach to it, which is much appreciated, and I think they look pretty cool as well. What is this double tap dodge ability, I wonder? So I got this dodge ability. So weird. No, yeah, this is the way a golem armor looks now, Flink. They changed the way golem armor looks. So this is default golem armor in 2.9. And I think it looks better than it did before, to be honest. Golem armor before made you look like some weird, like, robust shadow penguin. I don't even know how to describe it. But I think the new golem armor looks better. I think what makes you sink is the golem armor, not the crown. What? No, no shot. Is it really? I don't know. I can rise up. I can rise up with it. But that's an interesting point, though. Let me test. Yeah, see, you rise slower. That's so weird. Yeah, the golem armor does make me sink, but at least I rise back up with it. Yeah, it's weird. So I'm sink, then I rise up. So, yeah, so the Ender Queen's crown does make you sink. It's weird. The golem armor, like, I knew that it was, like, heavy, but I didn't actually think that it was going to affect that. Let's see. Game mode. Let's see what's in here. So this is the entrance to a roguelike dungeon. Okay. Cool. What did you miss? Stone of the Sea makes you swim with golem armor? Yeah, oh, so it's just the Stone of the Sea bauble? Yeah, but then the Stone of the Sea bauble with the Ender Queen's crown didn't cancel it out. That's strange. Also, take a look at this. This is kind of funny. But, so I need to go back into game mode survival. Alright. So look how kind of like slow I am right now, right? If I take this off, notice how I'm faster? Isn't that cool? Oh. But now I can't rise up. That's so weird, right? Yeah, the game is so confusing. Now, the reason why I'm faster is because Shivaxi disabled Depth Strider 3 and Stone of the Sea stacking. So, you're never going to get increased speed. If I take these boots off, I'm faster again, right? And look how fast I go up and I go down. Isn't that nuts? And that's all because of what Shivaxi did to Depth Strider. Shivaxi made Depth Strider and the Stone of the Sea not compatible with each other. Which is kind of heartbreaking to me because I really love the Depth Strider. It's the legendary sheep. Except for it's a pig for some reason. Yeah, so Shivaxi made Depth Strider not stack with something. And it kind of breaks my heart, but that's okay. We still have Underwater Strider. That might still work. We're testing it. Because I knew that he made those not work, but let's see. Does Underwater Strider work, I wonder? Let's learn. Oh, excuse me. Haha! Shivaxi, you'll never bring us down. Haha! You thought that you could get rid of the broken speed of the underwater game. See, look, chat, this is why I don't test things as much on the beta. So that fun things go into the final version. If I found this in the test version, Shivaxi would have gotten rid of it. I did this for you, chat. Okay, Underwater Strider and the Stone of the Sea. It's the meta. Cool. I'm glad that we could find that out together. Much love. Alright, cool. Underwater Strider is better than Depth Strider now because it doesn't, because Depth Strider got broken with Stone of the Sea. Haha. Alright, cool. See, we're learning together. So I'll make a note of that. Where was my base? That's okay. You win this round, Shivaxi, but I win the war. I feel bad. Because obviously that's such a broken mechanic, right? I should have... You know, I feel bad. Because I should have tested all this stuff. Because I am a beta tester. Like, I should have really done a lot more testing in the beta version. But the problem was, like, I was afraid I was going to find stuff like that. And then I wouldn't be able to make as fun... like tutorials and stuff, but it's just because exploits are fun, you know. I find exploits fun. I still love the challenge. Like, think about it like this: you still have to find Underwater Strider. Like, that enchantment's rare. I don't remember the last time I found an Underwater Strider enchantment book. It's all Depth Strider. Depth Strider's everywhere in libraries, structures, but Underwater Strider's more rare. So, like, once you find Underwater Strider, it'll be more exciting now. Before, it's like, Underwater Strider, Depth Strider better, you know? He'll never know. Did I read the patch notes? I did read a lot of the patch notes, but I found that Shivaxi didn't mention everything in the patch notes, so I stopped reading them. There's a little bit more that I should read, though. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me segue into reading more about the patch notes that I didn't read. Okay. Alright, here's some that I haven't read, and I'm going to read them with you guys right now. Fix many projectiles having Ripper quality, meaning they pass through shields and hit you anyways and were unblockable. Okay, nice. Prime Ember, Etherways, Light Ball, and Throwing Scythe will still have the Ripper. These are new items that I don't know about. Wait. Prime Ember. Oh, these are just fireball charges. Okay. These are... Okay, never mind. Etherwave, Light Ball, and Throwing Scythe will still have Ripper because they're fixed. Okay, cool. Lycanite Mob Heart sudden rebalance changes. Oh, so he did change them. Spriggan Heart summoning cooldown level 5th. Okay, so now there's a 5-second cooldown to the Spriggan Heart being able to summon minions. Okay, that's cool. Basically, if you guys don't know what the Spriggan Heart does, what this Spriggan Heart does is that it summons. It's basically like a fancy summoning staff. Which is pretty cool. But obviously, you know, this stuff is hard to make. Like this stuff is cool, but equip, then forge. This stuff is really fun to make, but you need like 24 in building to use like the level 3 stuff. Darkling Skull, Leech Duration, Increase, Grew Claw, okay, more balances, Fixed Blindness, Disabled Custom Portals from Inspiration, okay. Fixed Flame Enchantments for bows, not doing different burn lengths, okay. Crystal Fix a Fat. Specters from Void now respects light levels. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so specters that spawn in the Void apparently didn't respect light levels, but now they do. Added missing recipe for Marmix resin. Okay. Wait, Marmix resin? That's kind of cool. Oh. What does this do? Oh, okay, so you can make recipes. That's kind of cool, I guess. Poggers, you can make your Marmix den now. Make your own little Marmix colony. Added new arcane trinket quality. Okay, yeah, that was really cool. Fix soul stones now requiring 8 fix fish slices giving omega saturation. Okay, so apparently fish slices used to give you a lot of saturation. Added armors to Phalus armor list. Oh, armors to Phalus armor list that were missing. Armors for Phalus. Added armors to Phalus armor list that were missing. Okay, that might have been a mistranslation, but I assume that did something for the Phalus. Kind of cool. Damage reduced to 1/3 when used by non-Phalus. Duration reduced to 1/3. Okay. Oh, causes bleed, so the duration's 1/3. And now when you do this, you get movement speed, attack speed, movement penalty when wearing heavy armor, increased barehanded damage buff when drinking milk. This is so cool. I love the Ring of the Phalus so much, dude. I love this so much. I'm sorry, but I actually love the Phalus ring. I'm gonna probably use this on my main world if I can manage to get this thing, because that's, oh, I love it. I want to just go punch dragons to death. It's all that I desire in life. Okay, fix the Ender Queen Crown's death message. Fix being able to bob in water and not use mana. Okay. Fix flying mobs not doing the bouncy bounce thing. Alright. Let's see. Anything else that I missed? Vitality enchantment removed. Yeah, okay, cool. Vitality enchantment was disabled anyways. Which was such a cool enchantment, by the way. Vitality would heal you very passively over time, but it was disabled like a long time ago. But you could still find it in villager trades. But now it's just, now you can't find it. It's all completely gone. Galactic hiking boots. Galactic hiking boots. Move into higher loophole. Hiking boots. Did he get rid of these cool boots that I didn't know about? Aw, they must have been too OP. There was something that he added called galactic hiking boots that he got rid of at the last second, I assume. That's cool. Sorry that I'm not reading chat, by the way. I'm just looking at a bunch of patch notes. Snow Village rarity increased. That's true, because they were so common before. Okay, that's neat. Update to LNI dodge to fix several issues. Okay, nice. That's probably what made the cooldown a little longer. Fixed throwing weapon desync bug. When you turn to the player, if the player dies before catching it, it will now drop to the ground as soon as the thrower dies. Cool. Fixed a near unnoticeable localization bug with a range multiplier on a bolt tooltip. Man, people are testing cool things. Retweak Lost City's loot. Added materials, yeah, to make way scrolls so you can escape. That's another thing. If you are trapped in the Lost Cities dimension now, you can now escape the Lost Cities dimension because you can find new things in the loot pool, which is really, really neat. Re-implemented armor piercing using a new mix and a custom damage source that detects it. Nice. So it really works well for Warhammers. That being said, awesome. Okay. Pretty much everything else I know about. Okay, I'm back to you, chat. I can see your messages again. Sorry about that. Will Shivaxi update the mod pack on Technic Launcher? I don't want to say anything that I don't know anything about, but I imagine that he will, but he likes CurseForge more, so there's a small chance that he won't, but I imagine he will still. Could you explain how the new fishing system works? Yo, what's up, Smoke? So, the way that the new fishing system works is that you want to add new things to these bobbers, right? So, you have like this basic fishing rod with a basic reel, but then if you want to make it better, you add different reels to it. And now, if you want to use bait, you need to use this bait box. How this bait box works, this is a really cool thing, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this. Fishing is pretty cool, and I've learned more about fishing since the last time I fished. So fishing is really cool. So what you need to do is you need to have a valid bait. There's a lot of different valid baits in the game. Fertile seasons. I wonder if there's a way to detect what is any bait. Okay, there's not. But yeah, seed, clownfish is another type of bait, for example. So if you want to just put some clownfish, what? Fish. Tropical fish. It's not called clownfish? I thought it was called clownfish. All right, so boom. Now there's 64 tropical fish in this bait box. Now, every single time that I cast my line near this bait box into the water, it'll automatically use one of these fish whenever I get a bite. So if a fish takes the bite and I lose it, then it will say 63 fish in the box, if it works properly. And the way that you cast this into the water, the fishing minigame, it's pretty hard to do good in this minigame, to be completely honest. There are some fish that are just like astronomically so difficult to catch that I don't even know how you're supposed to do it. I imagine those things are things like whales. Like when I'm fishing, all of a sudden I'll get like this thing where like the bar that I have to try to keep it within is so incredibly small, and you only have like a minute to reel it in, or else it says that it took too long. I'm like, bro, there are people that fish for hours in real life, and I can't fish for a minute before the fish getting away. What type of weak ass spider string fishing rod am I using? But yeah, so fishing can be aggravating because it's really hard to get good at. But if you can get good at it, you'll catch all this cool stuff. These fish can be turned into fish fillet slices, and they can be used for other things. Whale steak in particular is really useful, but the problem is you take a whale and you get one whale steak for it. The reason for this is that, yes, you can, in theory, make avian treats with a bunch of whale meat. Or is it dragon treats, maybe? It might be dragon treats. So, no. What is it? There's something that you can make with whale treats. I think it's beast treats. Yeah, so you can, in theory... Like, yeah, see, whale steak. So you can, in theory, get beast treats passively by just fishing for whales, but it'll take you a really long time to get it. But you could just literally just try to keep fishing for whales passively. Shivaxi wanted to add this fishing mechanic that's actually useful. Like, while fishing is not game-breaking by any means, it is pretty good to get some certain materials that you can use for other things, right? Before, fishing was just kind of meh. And yeah, the best thing you could do is use a vanilla fishing rod and go for enchantments. But now you can't even use a fishing rod vanilla anymore. See this? You can't even use it. Only used for crafting. You can't even if you find it, so you can't craft it. And if you find one, because you can still find them in chests. Only used for crafting. They could have just maybe removed them from the game. Well, let's say I'm here, right? Right. So I'm here. The bait box is empty. I'm gonna put some tropical fish in this box if I can find any. All right. So we're gonna put some tropical fish because you'll catch a more carnivorous fish if you have tropical fish. Did I cuss? Bro, don't cancel me because I cussed. It's a form of expression. What is the best kind of weapon? For melee weapon, I'd say pike. For ranged weapon, throwing weapons with enchantments on them are super good. The bow is still nuts as can be. The crossbow is really good now because you can put power on it. But I'd say probably the pike with these enchantments that I have on is probably the best. I think it's the best for, again, the Lost Cities. Oh. Okay. So I'm catching a fish right now. This is a very easy fish to catch. This is not going to be anything special. Okay, I got a fish. I caught myself a perch. It's alive. Not for long, it's not. And then you want to make like a fish fillet or whatever, right? Now it's dead. So you like put this in your offhand and you fillet it, I think, or do you put it here? I keep forgetting. Yeah, okay, you just put these into the crafting table. Boom. Now you have this fish fillet. You can cook this. It's pretty good food. Decent saturation. Gives you about as much saturation as like, I think mutton or something like that. It's not bad. So it's good food. I'd say probably fishing. If anything, like, you can use it for food. Yeah, if anything, fishing is good for food. But getting whales and another thing that's really important for fishing, unfortunately, is Neptunian armor. See, this armor is really good. And you want to use Neptunian ingots for the Stone of the Sea. Right? So you will need a Neptunian ingot for the Stone of the Sea. So you do technically need to fish, because I don't actually know if you can. Also, I've noticed that freshwater fish are easier to catch than saltwater fish. It's also not possible that Shivaxi adjusted fishing a little bit, though. If he did, thank you so much, Shivaxi. You are like a father to me. Because it does seem... Now, I've caught 2 fish. Right, so I've caught 2 fish. There's still 64 tropical fish in this box. I wonder why. I think maybe I can only use tropical fish in the ocean. Maybe I can't even use certain baits in certain areas. There's so much I need to learn about fishing. Yo, what's up, Maka? Error. Okay, do you move that box in the minigame area? Arrows? Yes, you use this, you move this box with your arrow keys, not WASD. So you have to move that box with your arrow keys. Sorry for not answering that earlier, Smoke. Yeah, you move the box with the arrow keys, and I don't know how to change that. I think you actually might not be able to change that. Any idea how to acquire steel? Yes. All right, Spirit Detective Marco. The way that you acquire steel. Oh wait. Okay, this is a hard fish to catch, and I'm getting attacked by an echelon. Okay. Look. All right. Well, anyways, that was fun, but I got attacked by monsters. You interrupted my fishing trip, you little rat. Okay. Okay, so the way that you get steel is you have to go into the nether, and you need to get cinnamon. Basically, cinnamon, you can find it near lava pools. It's this stuff. You're going to see these blocks, cincinnaciite or cincinnacites. I don't know how to pronounce it. So this ore is very common down at the bottom of the nether near lava pools. And when you get this, you're going to get, you know, the cincinnaite ore. And from this ore, after you mine it, you're going to get this cincinnaciite. And you can use this cincinnaciite plus coal plus iron ingot to make steel alloy. And then with the steel alloy, you then cook the steel for the steel ingot. Ingot, I don't know how to say it, but that's how you get steel. Steel is pretty useful, especially since the Paxel now needs steel. And the Paxel is a great item to use. It basically just makes you not have to carry an axe on you anymore. But unfortunately, while the Paxel still has a lot of durability, it does have durability now, so it's not infinite. And spawners are going to be a lot tankier now, and you can't put enchantments on equipment items anymore ever since I think 2.6 or 2.7 RLCraft. So unfortunately, the Paxel is not really meta anymore, so you don't need to worry about that. But you can still make it if you like it. My best recommendation is going for like a diamond pickaxe or a cincinnaciite pickaxe, which is a little bit better than a diamond pickaxe, in my opinion, because it mines just as fast as the diamond pickaxe, but it only requires 12 in mining, so you don't have to spend quite as much XP, and it looks cooler. The look factor is really important. And it can mine your ender chest. The last I tested it could. Okay, wait, let me double check. Cause maybe the values were changed last time I checked, or maybe I was crazy the last time I checked. So we've got this. I'm gonna do testing ender chest. Wait, I'm in creative mode. I'm so stupid. Okay. Huh? Okay, I need to be in survival. Alright. So we're breaking this. Are rapiers still OP? No, they got nerfed. See, look! It mined it even faster! I'm telling you, Cincinnaciite diamond pickaxe is better than the regular one, even. This pickaxe, and it only requires 12. And look at its durability. 2048. So good. 2048 versus a diamond pickaxe. You little monster. 2048. Look, this mines it slower. And it only has 1500 durability. And it requires 16 in mining, when this requires only 12 in mining. So cincinnaciite is better. The best one is still dragon. The best one's still dragon, though. Like, let's be real here. But, I mean, that requires 24 in mining. What do I look like? Do I look like somebody who gets my mining to 24, unless I'm in creative mode, of course? 24 in mining just feels like... Wait, that feels slower. No shot. No shot. 1, 2, 3. Huh? 1, 2, 3. It's like the same speed. What? Alright. We're gonna have a race. Alright, so cincinnaciite pickaxe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Cincinnaciite wins. Dragon Bone pickaxe, you suck. Yeah, so Cincinnaciite diamond pickaxe, all you need to do is get your mining to 12, and you can use this bad boy. If you want to mine diamonds, I think you need 16 in mining, though, which is kind of unfortunate. Thanks for explaining. No problem, Smoke. But yeah, no, rapiers are not OP anymore, Dr. Pro. Look at this. Rapier's damage was nerfed. It's only 4.25. It's really not that great, unfortunately. Look at this, only 3 attack damage at diamond rarity. And look at this. 100% damage when the foe has no armor and has less than 2 armor points. And 2 armor points, you want to know what this is equivalent to? 2 armor points. That's equivalent to any mob that has, like, oh my god, it's like, I don't even have anything equivalent to it, because 6 locational armor is like I think this is like equivalent to like 3 armor. So if something has leather boots on, like leather boots on, then that's more than 2 armor points. That's like 3 armor points. So like, now I don't quote me on that. That's just how I'm trying to understand it, the way I calced the way first aid interprets armor. But for now, since that's as much as I know about it, I'm just going to go with that. So a dragon has a lot more armor than equivalent to wearing leather boots on, basically. A dragon has a lot of armor. All Lycanite mobs have a lot of armor. So the rapier only does extra damage to naked zombies and naked skeletons. And there are even some naked zombies that have armor points. That you guys know, like those rare zombies that have like 150 HP and they have no armor on. Those have armor value. And the rapier doesn't even do extra damage to them. So rapiers are great because they still have good attack speed and they negate 25% of all damage done to you. That's what's good about them, and their DPS is still like fine, but it's not as high as other options. So the rapier is not OP anymore. It's still good, but it's not OP anymore. All right, I was explaining baubles, right? The new baubles. We got another new bauble in the form of the teddy bear bauble right here. So the teddy bear right here, pretty easy to make. You just need one of those and then wool. This teddy bear, if held while sleeping, provides a buff, and it removes fear and insomnia if Lycanites is installed. So if you have fear or insomnia, you'll be immune to it. Fear is really great to be immune to, especially in the end, because those stupid specters are gonna throw you around. Unfortunately, there is still no immunity to instability, which is unfortunate. You can still like drink milk to remove it, or use a cleansing crystal, which drops from geonauts, right, for example. But the thing with that is that you still have to like actively use that, right? And usually instability doesn't last more than like 5 seconds anyways. I'm freezing. Okay. So, but the teddy bear is still pretty good. How do you get golem armor? You have to use crafting runes. So, you use these. These crafting runes, you find them in dungeons primarily. You can find them, I believe, very rarely in battle towers. In certain structures, you'll just find these. I don't think that you can find them in desert temples or glowstone shelters anymore, unfortunately. But you can find them in a lot of other places. Mainly dungeons, though. So you want to look through, like, Lycanite dungeons, Doom-like dungeons, I think maybe roguelike dungeons, but I don't know. I feel like roguelike dungeons have a weird loot pool. I think I've seen them in battle towers as well. But yeah, once you find these are how, like, see, so this one's got the golem boots, this is golem leggings, this is golem chestplate, this is golem helmet. Now after you have this crafting rune, you have to use what is it called? It's called a rune reader, right? Okay. So then you have to make a rune reader. First off, to make the rune reader, this is how you make it. It's pretty simple. It's not super hard. And you can use any crafting runes here. It does not have to be the explosion pickaxe. You can use any crafting rune, I'm pretty sure. And then you use that rune reader and then surround it to get an advanced rune reader. Basically, what a regular rune reader will do is, so it just gives me a rune. So I can see what this is because I am in creative mode, but right, so I've got this golem helmet rune. If I go into game mode survival, I don't know what this is anymore. See, I could only see it while I was in creative mode. Bruh. Okay, so I put this here, and it just shows me how to make it. But I don't actually know what that is, which is fine, because if you see anything with a diamond helmet in the middle, then it's the golem helmet. Because the golem helmet will always start with the diamond equivalent in the middle. But then if you use the advanced rune reader, it shows you what the output is. Now, all you need to do is have a crafting table right here. And then you need to gather all this stuff, which, you know, it's all miscellaneous weird stuff. Minecart with TNT is kind of a fun thing to make. And then you just put all that stuff up into a crafting table, right? You just put that into a crafting table, and then boom, you have your golem helmet. And these recipes are like slightly different depending on your seed, so there's no like way to like go online and look up these recipes, because I'm pretty sure they change based off of your seed. Right, so then I have this one, boom, that's that. Then this one, wind gem. I want this, ender gem. And these items that you can make are actually really cool items. Pretty much every single one of these items are good, at least in one form or another. Alright, so this is the chest plate here. Boom. Pretty simple to make. You know, etc, etc, etc. Right. Pretty cool. Is Golem now better than Dragon Steel? I think Dragon Steel's a little bit better, but I have to look at the calculations, because Dragon Steel's not in the base RLCraft. Since it's not in the base RLCraft, I haven't done any testing with it, because I obviously haven't added it. Added those mobs. But yeah, Dragon Steel is probably still a little bit better. But like I said, I'll say this again. Now it's not exactly like this. There's a little bit of error, but take your locational armor. You see on this diamond armor, locational armor is 15. Take that number and the top number, right? Take this top number, locational armor toughness, and multiply it by 2. So that'll be 4. So this basically is 4 plus 15 for about 19 armor. Just think about it like that. So this is 19 armor protection, right? And then this here is 19 locational armor. So this diamond helmet is about just as good as this helmet. And this right here, 19 locational armor, this is 19 plus 2 times 2 is 4. This is 23. So this diamond chestplate is better than this. This is 14. 16 plus 2, much better. The boots is 12. This is 12 plus 4, 16. So this is just as good as a diamond helmet, but then the rest of it is worse. It requires only 12 of defense, though. And then this here, 19 plus 2, 19 plus 4, 23. Well, this is 19, so the dragon helmet is better, etc. But yeah, golem armor is better because of its absurd armor value. This is 23 plus 9 for 32. That's just nuts. Yeah, explanation on the new fishing mechanics and how to get Neptune ore. Yeah, so I just explained fishing a little bit earlier in the stream, but a brief explanation is, a brief explanation is you want to get a fishing rod, fish, it doesn't have to be in the ocean, it can also be in fresh water. You cast it into the line. You want to keep the box that shows up when you get a bite. You want to keep the box over the fish. You control it with your arrow keys, not WASD, but your arrow keys on your keyboard. You move it back and forth. If it goes up to 40 meters away, then it escapes. And if it's at 0 meters, then you catch it. And turn into fish fillets with a diamond fish knife. So you want to like take this and then throw the fish into this crafting table. This doesn't work though, because I didn't actually catch this fish. But yeah, and then that gives you fish fillets. But if you catch, you can catch inanimate objects like Neptunian armor. If you catch, you can catch this, and then you can melt this in a furnace for, yeah, once you catch this, you can melt this in a furnace for, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can melt this in a furnace. Let me actually double check though, because I assume that you should be able to. You might not be able to though. No, okay, you can't. Neptunian ingot. So, you're gonna have to find out. Neptunian's bounty. That gave me an armor. You can get these from fishing though. Boom. Yeah, see, you get these from fishing, and that's where you get these Neptunian ingots. So when you fish, you get this. You don't fish up these anymore. I'm pretty sure you can only fish up this Neptune's bounty, and when you fish this up, you can get Neptunian ingots from fishing it up. It's unfortunate that you can't melt the armor down for Neptunian ingots, because I guess that would be too easy. But yeah, you can fish this up, just like you can fish up treasure chests, right? You can also fish this up. So my recommendation is you want to put a magnetic hook on your fishing rod. So basically what you got to do is take your fishing rod, and then you add the magnetic hook when you're making the fishing rod. So basic hook, basic bobber. So if you go over here, I'm pretty sure you can just put this in here and put this on, right? So now you have a magnetic hook. Now, when you fish, you have a 20% more chance. You have a 20% more chance at getting treasure. Another thing that you can do, I think there might be the magnetic enchantment. Yeah, tools. Okay, never mind. They got rid of the other magnetic enchantment. Of course they did. Unfortunate. I guess they got rid of. Do they have Luck of the Sea still? Okay, they still have Luck of the Sea, which will help you as well. Luck of the Sea will just give you more luck when you're fishing. This is another important thing. If you put this on your fishing rod, it'll increase your chances as well as getting treasure from fishing, because luck in the game increases all things to do with treasure. So it should work. I haven't tested it though. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question, because I talked about it more about like 30 minutes ago or so. Is upgrading to 2.9 worth it? By far, yes. 2.9 is so much better. It's harder though. It will take some getting used to. You can still find them in desert temples. Oh, can you still find them in desert temples? Okay, that's cool, Matanza Gaming. In 2.9, I thought maybe they changed it, but I guess not. Let's see, explanation of fishing mechanics. Okay, I'm surprised that Shivaxi hasn't added the latest Eyes and Fire. Nah, he hasn't added it because it messes up Dragon's AI and makes them very easy to cheese with certain methods, and he doesn't want dragons to be cheesable. What did you miss? Just me explaining a lot of new stuff. You press U by default, hovering over item to look at its usage. There must be a furnace if recipe exists. Yeah. I didn't know I could press U. Oh, that's so cool. So even if I'm in creative mode, I can just press U. Okay, cool. Before I thought that I would have to turn this into false, and then I can right click for uses. Cool. New displaying? No worries. Why isn't the halberd used instead of the pike? Because the pike has more range. Yeah, the pike has more range. That's literally it. Wait, let me options. Whoops. I don't know what this is. Off, fast dynamic lights, updated every 500 milliseconds. Before it was on fancy. Okay. Okay, so right, this gives reach 2, while the halberd, it just gives reach 1. It's still really good. Like the DPS on a halberd is like 18.9 divided by 18.5 is like, I'm not very good at math, but it's like a 2% better. The flamed dragonbone halberd is like 2% more damage than a pike. But the thing is that this only has reach 1 while this has reach 2, so I can attack enemies from further away with this. That's all. I like being able to attack things from further away. That's all. You can just press R2 while the item cursing R. Oh, you can also press R. U is for uses, R is for recipe. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. I like how in 2.9 you can technically just use any weapon you like based on your playstyle. Exactly. Thank you. That basically summarizes it. Depending on your playstyle, you can use any weapon you want. Like, the katana, super good weapon if you use it properly. The pike, super good weapon if you're fighting things from far away. Especially if you make like a mob farm and you want to try to hit things from further away at a safer distance. Even though the Zaffin farm doesn't give you XP anymore in 2.9, if you, for whatever reason, want to have like infinite slime and bones by killing them, I don't actually know if it gives bones, then you can just attack them from far away and they shouldn't be able to get to you. It's very safe fighting like zombies at a further distance. If you have a pike, you can literally build up 4 blocks above like Lycanite melee enemies and they can't even like hit you, and you just attack them with your pike. Like, remember how you used to cheese pigmen in the nether? Right? Like, you guys know like that little strategy. Right? So like, you know, you're in the nether and you just want some free XP and gold, so you go hit a pigman and then you just like, you know, build up like a few blocks and then hit them with a pike. You can build up like 5 blocks and still hit them, like 6 blocks and still hit them. It's like super good. Wait, what is down there, I wonder? I guess that was the reflection of the light. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so yeah, it's cool how you can use any weapon that you want in RLCraft. Let's see. Did rapiers get nerfed? Yeah, rapiers got damage nerfed pretty hard. What is good early game? Good early game? Let me fix this. So, good early game would have to be... The flanged mace is really good against zombies. Because it gives you 50% base weapon damage against undead foes. Skeletons and zombies are included. So this will be 9 weapon damage, 1.2 attack speed. Really good. The sword is also standard. It does just as much damage as the fling mace, but it has a little bit more attack speed. But the fling mace does do 50% extra damage against undead. So bringing the fling mace into battle towers is just really good, because you're going to be like 1 or 2 shotting a lot of things if they don't have armor on. And next up, a saber is still not bad. Take a look at the saber. It does 4 attack damage at iron, right? And it does 50% extra damage to a foe that has no chest armor and less than 2 armor points. So base zombies are still going to be taking like 4 damage. So that's just as much damage as a sword with the same attack speed, as long as the enemy doesn't have armor on. And negates 25% of all damage taken at the cost of weapon durability. So for battle towers strictly, the iron saber is better than the sword. Just because it protects you a little bit more. But obviously if the enemy has armor on, then kind of unlucky. You're going to be doing a little bit less damage, but that's okay. And now the rapier has very good attack speed, right? Iron rapier, but it only does 2.5 attack damage, so it does a lot less damage. It does do 100% extra damage when the foe has no armor on, so it'll be doing 5 attack damage, but 2.4 attack speed, and negating 25% of damage weapon dealt. So this will be, you know, still fine for battle towers, but if they have armor on, then you're going to be kind of tickling them. And hitting an enemy a whole bunch is not too good, because you're going to be using a lot of resources on this. Because, remember, you have to use 4 iron ingots for this. So it also uses up more of your resources. If you keep hitting enemies, it's going to keep taking away your durability. Rapiers don't last as long as sabers. So in the early game, when you don't have a whole bunch of resources, building a saber is just real better. And a flanged mace, Oops. Only takes 3. And the sword only takes 2. The sword is good. But the saber, I'd say use the saber over the rapier in the early game. If you want to in the late game, you can go back to rapier because it does technically have like such fast attack speed. So your DPS with the rapier can be arguably like really good, but it won't be as good as the pike, and it won't be as good as like the flaying mace against the undead. It won't be as good as like longsword, warhammer, and things like that. But it will protect you from 25% of all damage. Here, let's see. So I went through all of this stuff, didn't I? Protect. Do I not recognize any of these? Okay. This is the Pant enchantment. Arrow recovery 3, pretty cool. We got blast, high jump, disarm. I'm just looking through these really fast to see if I don't recognize any of them. Oh, this is kind of cool. Look, a cockatrice. I really like that. It's like my favorite mount. Weightless is pretty cool, but I don't know if it works for regular shields. I think it only works for the Spartan shields, which are kind of trash. Oh yeah, look at this. Homing. Hoes are attracted to the ore that the hoe is made from. Kind of cool. If you make a diamond hoe, it'll help you see where the diamonds are, kind of like a dragon's eye, I imagine. Weapons and tools sometimes miss. Weapons and tools sometimes spawn monsters nearby. Weapons and tools sometimes hurt you when used. That's not fun. Take more damage than normal. Curse break. Removes a curse from an item. This is cool. This is cool. All these masks. We got caught. You can sleep in the day with hammocks to make a nighttime bone pile. Okay, Merry Christmas from Germany. We celebrate on the 24th here. Hey, happy birthday, Moy. I hope that you're having a really great birthday. And I know that it's Christmas, but merry birthday to you. That's cool that you guys celebrate it on the 24th. I know in Russia they also celebrate, I think on like January 7th. People celebrate it on different days, but I'm just happy that it's such a merry time of the year, man. Everybody's celebrating. It's really fun. I hope you have a great Christmas. Did greatswords get nerfed too? No, greatswords have the highest DPS in the game. The thing with greatswords is that no, longswords have the highest DPS in the game. Longswords have the highest DPS in the game. Greatswords are still good, but longswords have the highest DPS. Thank you for reminding me where I can find cockatrices. Yeah, no problemo. Is setting up a farm early game still good? Yeah, depending on the farm. Wheat farm, food farm, maca farm, Arisor farm, cow farm, super useful. Aspid farm. Remember, you can mate all those creatures with wheat, just like in vanilla with cows. You can mate Arisors with wheat. Macas with wheat. All of those with wheat. The ones that are more difficult to tame, to mate with are the pinkies, right? So the battle burrito farms are just kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt, because pinkies, my recommendation is just go into the nether and just butcher pinkies, because they're pretty common. Yeah. Your birthday is when school starts? Well, happy early birthday to you. It's called Lava. And when your school starts, it'll be Christmas, so that's pretty pog. Let's see here. Also, I hope that you're not taking anything that I say like that seriously. Alright, but yeah, really, don't worry, because if anything, the first day of school being in line with your birthday is pretty cool. I think that's cool. Yo, what's up, George Carver? How you doing? Okay, sharpshooter. Increases projectile speed and range and reduces inaccuracy. Okay, cool. Economical gives a chance for your weapon not to use ammo when used. Oh, that's pretty good on throwing weapons then. Destructive. Increased explosion size and direct damage. Okay. Safeguard blazing. Okay. Cheats are super useful for tames. Tames are indispensable prior to enchanted armor. Farming is useful route early game. Yeah. Lady Storm Dance is correct. What is the best late game weapon? I mean, like, you have access to any enchantment and a ton of XP. Which weapon would be the best to use? If you want to go into the Lost Cities dimension, I recommend the pike. If you want to be a melee user, but in all complete honesty, probably the bow. Having a really maxed out bow with infinity and advanced mending, with multi-shot. I think multi-shot might be gone. Is it only split shot now? Okay, split shot is gone. Now it's only multi-shot. Yeah, if you have a maxed out bow with infinity, advanced mending, advanced power 5, multi-shot 4, rune arrow piercing capabilities 4, you know, advanced punch, pushing 2, things like that, then you're gonna probably be better off like with a bow. If you had to choose only one weapon, bows are so good. They don't do as much DPS as a melee weapon, but bows are really nuts. Bows are probably the only thing in the game that have not been nerfed to the ground. Everything else in the game, like melee weapons, they got rid of difficulties endowment. They got rid of subject history. For bows, they haven't gotten rid of anything. So bows are just as strong as they were before. The only thing that they got rid of, they used to have split shot. They used to have split shot 4 and multi shot 3, but now they only have multi shot 4, which, okay, so you don't shoot out like 7 arrows. You only shoot out 4. That's more than enough. So the shotgun bow is still really, really good. Throwing weapons and crossbows are not quite as good as bows, but they're viable now, which is super cool. And a melee weapon with max weapon enchantments, like the pike with max weapon enchantments that has reach 2, so that you can fight enemies in the Lost Cities dimension from a safe distance far away, is still really good. This is the only weapon in the game with reach 2. It has the farthest reach out of all melee weapons, is the pike. So on its own, that's really nice. And it has pretty good DPS. It's like only 2% less DPS than the halberd. And the halberd is only like, you know, maybe like 8% less DPS than the longsword. So the pike is like 10% less DPS than the longsword. So the longsword's not bad. It's got the best DPS in the game. But it doesn't have reach. Kind of unfortunate. And now obviously, like, other weapons do have more DPS than the longsword in their specific scenarios, right? Like you know, flanked mace against undead, for example. Rapier against like rapiers against enemies without armor might have like a little bit more DPS than the longsword technically, but only against like a naked zombie that has no armor, right? So bows are still machine guns. Yeah, bows are still machine guns. Bows are probably the strongest resource in the game as a singular weapon. I think you should always have a bow on you. They're just so amazing. I would always recommend having a bow. Or a throwing weapon, or a crossbow. Crossbows do more damage than bows, but fire slower, so their DPS is less. And throwing weapons actually do massive damage in short bursts, but they don't have as long range. Like, throwing weapons don't go very far, unfortunately. Like, it's kind of a mid-range weapon. Think of it like a boomerang. You can't really throw a boomerang around the world unless you're like in a Hollywood movie, right? If you have a throwing weapon, here, I'll show you right now. So throwing weapon. So we got this throwing axe right here, right? So like, if I charge it up all the way, you see it had so much fall off, right? So I can't really throw it really, really far. Then you have to go back and you pick them up. But the throwing weapon has 8 charges. Some throwing weapons have 16 charges. But yeah, like, these throwing weapons do good damage though. Don't get me wrong. They definitely do more damage than melee weapons. And they can even be used as up close and personal, right? Like, this can still be used as a melee weapon. So throwing weapons are like super good, right? But they don't do as much damage. Like, they don't do as much damage as yeah, they don't do as much damage as melee weapons. Like, when they're like as a melee weapon, but as a throwing weapon. Yeah, 100% damage bonus, when thrown. So this will be 12 attack damage when thrown, and this is an iron weapon. So throwing weapons are good, and you can put some cool enchantments on them. This durability, 47 out of 62, is only for this first axe. So if I throw this one, this second axe has full durability, right? So these things are pretty cool. Like throwing weapons are pretty cool, and you can enchant them, make them better. Obviously, give it like Unbreaking 4 and stuff, mending so that all of them can be mended. Pretty cool. But the problem is they don't have long range, right? Like if I try to throw it as far as possible, like it didn't really go that far. There it is. I want to hit that like over there. I have to throw it even higher, right? Like boom. Now it hits. Like throwing weapons are cool though. Let's pick up all my throwing weapons. But yeah, so that's throwing weapons. Pretty cool. All right. So how do you get Envenomed 5? You can only find them in actually I think they might have gotten rid of that. Hold up. I'm gonna test this. Okay. Okay. I forgot its name. Okay. Is it just called P underscore? All right. Be right back though. I have to take a piss. Uno momento. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's see, what was the name of that structure again? It was called the P underscore RLCraft friendly outpost. Here it is. RLCraft underscore friendly outpost. Okay. Cool crackers. Wait, did I press F1? I did press F1. RLCraft. Here we go. So this is where you used to find Envenomed 5. You used to find it from this type of structure. And it would change depending on the seed that you were in. The problem is I don't remember. Okay, here he is. Yeah, okay. So Shivaxi changed it, right? Before, this used to always have a librarian on it, and depending on your seed, that librarian would have a different enchantment. The problem, though, is that has been changed. Now only cartographers spawn here, so unfortunately you can no longer get Envenomed 5. and you can no longer get Advanced Mending 5. But through testing, Envenomed 5 and Advanced Mending 5 did pretty much exactly the same as Advanced Mending and Envenomed 3, like, respectively, right? This is a cool little place down here. You loot these barrels, but they don't actually, like, they don't actually have anything in them. But you can do something in here to, like, brew stuff. But, oops. Yeah, so there's actually nothing in these. I was, like, so curious on stream the first time I saw this, and I'm like, bruh, I wish I had 18 in building so that I could actually open these crates. You can do some cool stuff with that, though. I'll have to learn more about how that works, though, because I don't actually know how it works. Yeah, in the top room, there's some cool stuff up here as well. Let me show off the top room. So, in here, there is good enchantments in here. We got Infinity, Silk Touch, Respiration, and this structure is not incredibly uncommon. Up here, see, we've got some supplies. We got wood. We got paper, we got wool, some cool stuff. Okay, let me continue testing. But I do unfortunately have to go very soon because, man, I can't believe it's already been like, I've already been live for like 2.5 hours. I thought it was going to be under 2 hours this stream. There's so much more that I want to test, but unfortunately I have to get ready. Because tomorrow morning is the flight, and I have not prepared at all. I've not packed, and I need to do laundry. Man, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff here. What in the world? Wither Purity. Extension 2. Oh yeah, the flight potion. This is like the coolest thing ever. You find these pixies in enchanted forest biomes, and you take this pixie dust and you cook it into a thick potion, and then you can literally fly for 3 minutes in, like, basically creative mode. This is, like, also super useful for covering large distance of exploration, fighting in large areas, flying in the nether as well, and the end. Like, these potions of wings are so great. Those biomes are pretty rare, finding them. But once you do find them, my goodness, it's so beneficial when you do. Our summons BAM is still based off of your weapon? No longer, Fran. Sure, I don't know if I said your name right, but Fran, no longer is that how it works. So unfortunately, your mobs, they will only do damage based off of their level, and what type of enemy that they are. So you can level up enemies, your own creatures, by right-clicking them with the proper charges, and then once they level up, they'll do more damage and they'll move faster. But yeah, that's about it. They'll do more damage and they'll move faster. Nailed it, 100% on. Good change in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's a good change too, friend. I think they were literally so incredibly strong before. It's definitely a good change. Can I play your mod pack? Physically, yes, but I won't, because I only like really playing RLCraft and a few other things right now. I'm like one of those people that get more obsessed about the certain types of games that I play, and I can't really play too many different games at once. Like right now, I think I'm playing like 5 different games, and that's already like almost overloading my brain. It's like Skyrim, RLCraft, Prop Night, then like Overwatch and like Apex and DBD very rarely. So I guess 6 games. Those are like the only games that I like ever play though. Will I join your T-Launcher SMP? No, I will not play multiplayer because multiplayer is kind of tough for me. Because I try way too hard. I try way too hard when I get on multiplayer servers. Okay, we got Step Up. That's kind of cool. Oh, Rabbit's Foot into a thick potion? Bruh, dude, that is... Disorganization. Does this disorganize my inventory? I swear witches be throwing weird stuff at me. Climbing is cool. You can just climb walls. It's kind of meh. Perplexity. Dude, there's so many different potions. I remember looking through these. Klutz 2, when applied, -8 projectile damage. I don't know who's ever going to use that, though. Ooh, antidote. Oh, that's cool. That immunizes against poison, hunger, weakness. Yeah, if you drink this, this will fix you from perplexity. And that's really useful, actually. This is a mundane potion, too. Oh, yo, wait. Oh my god, this is so huge. Chad, do you know what this means? This makes you immune to poison. There's gotta be maybe, like... Are there others? Hunger, weakness, nausea, and paralysis? Oh, that's cool. So this makes you immune to, like, poisons for, like, 8 minutes. Pretty easy to make because it's a mundane potion. I got so excited for a second because I thought that this was going to cure you from perplexity. Potion of cure. Oh, that's cool. True shot. Saturation 8. Wither. Oh yeah, levitation. This is cool. I really like the levitation ones. I talked about levitation in one of my previous RLCraft videos that I ended up having to take down, I think. Oh no, I talked about it in the one that I didn't have to take down. Oh my god, there are so many potions. Is there anything here that I like super recognize as being like something super cool? I'll have to look through all of these though. Wait, what's purity? Recoil, iron skin, purity. Okay. Purity. Of wither purity. This just makes you immune to wither. Okay, that's cool. That can be pretty useful if you know that you're fighting withers. Not bad. Blessing. Oh, cool. You can throw some penetration on, like, a dragon, I guess. That'll help you go through some of its armor. I wonder if you can, like, penetrate an armor's, like, a dragon's armor enough so that the rapier's damage actually works against it. Because that could actually be, like, good. I doubt it, though. I'll have to do more testing, though. Wait, what's Samir? No, I won't. Merry Christmas to you, Nikyle, man. I hope you're having a really good time. Tarkov has taken over your life for the last week. I feel that, friend. There's sometimes just games that just are really, really fun to play. Like, I made, like, my most recent video that I published was actually the first video, non-RLCraft related, that I have released in, like, over a year. The last one was, like, one small Genshin video. And then, before that was, like, another year, or, like, a long time of not publishing, like, non-RLCraft stuff. Man, my YouTube channel is newer than I thought, actually. Wow. I feel like I've been doing this for, like, over 2 years, but it's been, like... I think it's been, like, a little bit over 2 years, but I feel like I've done it for, like, much longer than that. I don't know. The Potion of Mending, that repairs your armor... Your armor's durability. I skimmed over this one because it's because I already knew what it did, but yeah, this is a really amazing armor item because basically this uses a dragon heart and this is a potion of mending. When you use this potion, it repairs your armor by a lot. So you don't have to, like, you know, spend a lot of XP repairing your armor. If you don't have mending on your gear, you can drink this potion and it will repair your armor, which is really good. It repairs you on your armor, your weapons, everything equipped. if there's a lot of things damaged, you might have to drink more than one potion. I think like a fully broken set of armor, I think that'll take like maybe 4 or 5. Like a fully broken set of armor takes, I think, like 4 of these potions to fully repair or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that prop night video was pretty cool. I made it for some smart reasons on my behalf. Because like it'll accumulate passive use from the prop night community over like the next 6 months to a year or so, as there's like literally no guide on the game despite it being kind of a popular game. But someone who worked for the company, a good friend of mine that I played prop night with a little bit, asked me if I could make it, and I did, and I don't regret it because I know that that video will get like views passively over time. You know, the problem with the way the YouTube algorithm works is that it's going to recommend the video to like my subscribers first, and people who subscribe to this channel are here for RLCraft, not for like anything else, right? So it won't get like those initial clicks that help it with the algorithm, but it will still be found for anybody who's looking for a guide on the game. So it will get passive views, but it won't get blow up views. And that's fine because I put an ad in the middle of that video. And normally I don't think I've put an ad in the middle of any of my videos. That's the first one that I have. But that's because it's a prop night video, because you know, I like the game prop night, but you know, I care about the RLCraft community. That's why I don't put ads in the middle of my videos. But for prop night, I don't mind putting an ad in the middle. 50% poggers. 50% more ad revenue, I mean, if I do that. For the prop night. But yeah, if you guys don't know what prop night is, it's pretty fun, but I like RLCraft more. I've just been playing prop night a lot with my friend because they keep asking me to play it. It's kind of like one of those things, like, do you guys ever have like that one friend in Discord that is like, yo, can we please go play Club Penguin right now? I got like this new pink puffle and I really want to show it off. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I get online to Club Penguin and then like, oh, the servers are down. Club Penguin is a broken game and nobody's allowed to play it anymore. Like, you guys ever had that happen? That happens to me. That happened to me, man. So sad. Yeah, so it's basically like Club Penguin, but a different game. You know what I mean? It's alright, I know I'm being confusing right now. Gomen-nasai. I'm almost through most of the pages, though. These are all quark items, quark item frames, duplication. This helps you dye your armor different colors of enchantments, by the way, which is really cool. You make them with quark cave crystals that you find in these underground caves. Really beautiful stuff. These are all the items, like you can get sharpness 6 now, thorns 4, feather falling 5. All this cool stuff up to an increased tier. Looting 4 is an interesting one. I want to see if looting 4 helps more than advanced looting 3. I doubt it, but it might be a cool thing to test. I'm just trying to get through this really fast. Oh my god, there's so many enchantments. Which ones don't I recognize? Which ones don't I recognize? Sorry, I'm just trying to speed run this. Because I want to try to explain as much cool new stuff as I can. That's probably a good potion. Is it easy as dragon flesh? Yeah, all you need is a dragon heart to make it. And you make 3 potions with 1 dragon heart. Not bad. And especially in the end game when you're going to be killing a bunch of dragons, you know? Yeah, most of my viewed videos are just guides that didn't exist before. Yeah, see, it's such a good idea to make guides, especially on games that you have passion for. If the guide's not out there, you should make it. Like, this is a recommendation. Like, this is how I like ended up even liking RLCraft so much, because I was having a lot of fun playing RLCraft, but really when I made that first guide and people really received it really well and kept asking me questions and stuff, that made me even like the mod pack even more, because I felt like I could help share all this fun information, and then that made me want to keep getting better at the mod pack, and then it ended up helping me you know, it helped me get comfortable as an editor and a video creator. So if you guys have like a game or a niche game that you really like playing and you notice that there's not like a guide out there, making a guide might not be a bad idea. And it doesn't hurt if the thing is popular as well. Like, for example, like in Genshin Impact, a lot of Genshin Impact YouTubers started off because the game was popular, they had passion for the game, and they made guides on the game, right? I'm waiting for like another really cool thing to come out potentially. but that won't come out for probably, you know, a few, like, at least, like, X amount of months or X amount of years, right? But, right now, I'm still at least, like, very entertained by RLCraft. But if you guys haven't noticed, like, there's a lot of hype around, like, the 5th generation games that might be coming out, like, Unreal Engine 5 that makes stuff, like, look, like, super realistic. There's a lot of hype around that stuff, as there should be, because there's not a lot of, like, I don't know, the gaming world has been kind of, like, disappointing me recently with not adding a whole bunch of really neat and fun games, right? There hasn't really been a lot of, like, really good new games recently. Especially not MMOs. I really want to play a good MMO. Like, Lost Ark might be good. I had a lot of hype for New World, but it kind of wasn't exactly what I expected. But I still like New World, but it's not what I, you know, I wanted something even more. Like, Lost Ark might be cool. Maybe Blue Protocol when it comes out in, like, 10 years or whenever it's supposed to come out. You know. There hasn't been a lot of, like, really good games come out. I don't know. Like, games that, like, take over the market. Maybe it's because there's, like, too many games on the market right now. Hey, what does the propulsion do? I forgot. Increases throwing speed of the weapon, also increasing its range. Oh, yo, this is the one I was looking for. I thought it was called something else. Okay, propulsion, wonderful enchantment. This actually makes throwing weapons pretty good. The problem is you still have to go chase that weapon down. After you throw it, you have to go get it. Is there not, like, a loyalty enchantment that I could use? Damn, it increases damage to throwing weapons, really good. Increases throwing weapon, imbues the throwing weapon with fire, lucky throw. Increases loot drops on mobs killed with it. Hydrodynamic, allows throwing weapons to work underwater. Lovely. Reduces charge time of throwing weapons by 20% per level. Oh, that's pretty good. Increases maximum ammo capacity by throwing weapons by either 25% or 1 ammo per level, which is greater. Return. Okay, here it is. Causes throwing weapons to return when they hit the ground. Higher levels increase the return speed. Yes! I knew it. There was new... oh, this is so good. Decreases loading time for crossbows. This is another thing. It makes crossbows shoot faster. Spread shot. Shoots 2 extra crossbow bolts in a spread. A shotgun. Spread shot. Really good. Then we got Sharpshooter 3. Reduces aim time for crossbows by 0.1%. Also makes you shoot faster. And you can put Advanced Power 5 on crossbows. Pull Speed 3. This is all for the switch bow. Scope. I think you can put scope on regular bows and crossbows. Reduce cooldown. This is also for the switch bow. Basically, if you shoot, like, you know, an ender arrow, and it will teleport you. If you shoot a second one with reduced cooldown, you can actually, like, teleport multiple, I don't know. Like, if one lands, you'll teleport, and then the other one lands and you'll teleport. Well, sometimes there might be an internal cooldown. That helps get rid of that. I think that's how that works. We got Sparkling. What in the world does this even do? Because I can make this potion. Why would I make this? Alright. I'm going to drink the Sparkling Potion. Wait, I want to be in survival mode. I don't feel any different. Maybe it's because I have my Ankh Charm on. Well, well, well. What do we have here? A potion that doesn't do anything. My RLCraft crashes as you did? Oh no. I hope that your RLCraft does not keep crashing. That's not fun. How did you play? Oh, your RLCraft keeps crashing. Okay, yeah. Let me try to help. So, go to your game, right? Go to View Profile and click here. There should be profile options. Where is it? System memory settings. Uncheck this. Uncheck this box and allocate 4,000 megabytes right here. So I'll show you again, right? Go to RLCraft, click these 3 dots, go to profile options. Don't use system memory settings. Change this to 4,000. That's the recommended amount. Now, if your computer can't handle it, then you're going to have to probably bring it down to like 2 or 3, but you really don't want to go below 2,000. This is how much allocated RAM there is. And if you go into an area with a lot of things loading, then your game is still going to potentially crash, because that's how RLCraft is. If you go, let me take off my helmet, I look so goofy with it on. So if you take like if you're like a big structure is loading around you, sometimes your game is still going to crash no matter what you do, and that's really unfortunate. That's because you really just need to wait for the structure to load. Your game is going to freeze because you're going to get caught up in a lot of blocks and stuff loading. So try not to move so fast when you're playing as well. But allocating that RAM should help you. I really hope that it helps. If not, then your computer might just not be strong enough to run RLCraft, because there's a lot of mods that need to be loaded. RLCraft, try with armor off. Try with armor off. Okay. Let's drink that sparkling potion. I want a sparkle. Okay, let's take off this. Take off this. Do. Nyeh. Didn't work. That's unlucky. That's okay. It might have something to do with my shader pack. You think that that could have something to do with it? Maybe. Thank you very much. I hope that it helps, my guy. No problem, Ivan. I just noticed melons give a ton of thirst back. Yes, melons give good thirst back. If you can find melons in the early game, they're not bad to use. I did not know that they gave you a lot of thirst back, though. I thought they gave you, like, maybe 2 thirst back. But if they give you more, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because melons are, like, everywhere. And you can find them in villages and stuff. Let's see. Oh, yeah, these are all the transformations. We've got glittering, glowing. Okay. Let's try all of these. We got glittering. We've got glowing. Human transformation. We got dwarf, fairy. I don't think that I can make these, can I? Wait, what? You can make these? What? Wait. You can... You couldn't make these. They're an ingredient. These are ingredients. Oh, yo. Wait. You used to not be able to make these. Okay, so dragon transformation, right? Look at this. You use dragon's breath into a glowing potion. Into a glittering potion. So first, you have to make a mundane potion. You make a mundane potion. And then... Holy crap, you can actually make a dragon transformation potion. Dude, that's nuts. So you can actually drink this potion and turn into a dragon. And you can make it. It's just such a large, arduous process. You need dragon's breath from the ender dragon. Then you need a glowing gem. And then you need a glowing ingot, glowing powder, and then a mundane potion. Wow, that's so cool. So you can actually make those transformation potions. If you want to go fly around as a dragon, or as an elf, or as a titan, you can make these potions. You used to not be able to do that. Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm a dragon for 3 minutes. Okay. That's cool. That is cool. So, new important advice is when you fight the ender dragon in the nether, bring bottles. You want to get that dragon's breath so that you can make these dragon transformation rings. Dragon transformation potions, because like when you're in the Lost Cities dimension, being a dragon will save your life. Making the flying potions are really good as well. I think it's called flight. Yeah, the potion of wings. These are also really good because, you know, well, let's just drink some milk and get rid of it. Do. Okay, so now when I use this potions of wings, now I can fly, right? You can't actually make the 8-minute version. You can only make the 3-minute version. But that's super cool. Does not work. Keeps crashing. Telling me exit error 0. Did you update any mods? Wait, I want to try to help. If you updated some mods, that could cause some problems. Did you go here? Allow content management of the profile. Did you go to this install mods area and did you like update any of these? Or did you add anything? Maybe you can even try installing Optifine, but I don't think that would help too much. If you updated any of this, I see that happening. Did you install it properly? Oh, this is so weird. I wish I knew how to help. Exit error 0. Huh. No? Okay, so you didn't update anything? Do you plan on making any guides for 2.9? I don't even know how to progress anymore. Yo, I will. When I get back from from vacation, I will explain how to play RLCraft 2.9, but the best advice I can give is just play the game normally, but don't worry about a flying mount. Play the game normally, but don't worry about a flying mount. You gotta move on foot, and that's literally it. It's the exact same RLCraft as before, except for you move on foot, and some things are nerfed, and you need more XP than before. So you want to trade more with villagers, and you want to fight more in safe areas, explore, find graveyards, find battle towers, loot things, go underground, mine, things like that. You want to go. Another thing that you can do XQCOW is you want to go to oh, what is it called? Yeah, you want to make sure you're level 0, put everything that you own in a chest, sleep in a bed, break the bed, and then go and in-game commit, kill your character over and over and over again, and as you keep respawning in different areas, keep killing yourself until you respawn next to a village. This will help you teleport into different areas. Make sure that you have an atlas so that you're marking all this down. Make copies of your atlas. It's very important so you know where you die so you can get your stuff back. It's more of a struggle. It's not quite as easy as it was before. But I will make guides on like how to be OP and the best general survival tips. But that's a really big tip I can give you. You know, in the early game, after you find your first village, connect to the waystone, take off everything important, put it in a house, make that your makeshift base, then go out, keep committing suicide until you find a lot of villages, in-game of course, until you find a lot of villages. That'll help you teleport around. You'll get a lot of supplies from those villages. You'll have a lot of villagers that you can trade with. Trade string. Break all the woolen villages. There's so much woolen villages that you can break down for string, and then trade that string with the villagers, and all of a sudden you'll be so high level before you even realize that you'll have all your stats maxed. Well, not maxed, but you know, they'll be like at like 12 to 16. And then you can go out, clear battle towers and like your iron armor that you got from the villages. Some villages have good diamond armor. If you literally trade enough at these villages, you can just take the diamond armor from these villages and go out at a battle tower in unenchanted diamond gear. If RLCraft's gonna spit in your face, you can spit back and use everything at your knowledge to succeed. Death resetting and finding new areas is not a bad idea. Then once you find everything, you know, go back to your base, grab your atlas, mark all those villagers, teleport, mark all those villages, trade on your atlas by traveling in between them, and things like that. Mining is another pretty important thing that you can do. Make sure that you have food. It's basically just the exact same as before, except for you're not speed running getting a flying mount so that you can instantly beat the game anymore. It's more of like a hassle, right, to get geared. But it's not like a hassle because it's fun, right? It's the same thing as before, except for you just can't get everything for free, basically. Would you recommend that you update your old world or start a new one from the new version? I would recommend start a new one. It's fun, man. It's a fun adventure. I'm obviously in creative mode right now, though, because I was just testing a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I would definitely recommend starting a new world. And when I get back from vacation, I will start a new world. It'll be very, very fun. And yeah, I'm really excited to see my my cousin's wedding. He has been working really hard, and I think that he and his wife are going to be very, very happy together, and it'll be a fun vacation. But let's just double check these last few items here. So we got the compact raw pork chop block. How do you go about looting a battle tower golem? Since you can't cheese him anymore, then how do you kill him without a mount, without being OP? Alright, so the best way... Oh, I can just do that. The best way to kill a battle tower golem without getting absolutely wrecked is honestly, like, there are ways to just make him go down. Like, just aggro the golem and make him chase you down. Like, that's a really easy way to do it, and then you can just climb the stairs back up. Like, because the golem won't aggro you from further than, like, X amount of distance away, usually. Then when you loot the chest, you can just get out. Like, the golem will just chill. But, like, the golem does not, like, hit super hard. If you're in iron armor and you have some ranged weapons, you can hit him and get out. Hit him and heal up. Like, there's, like, ways to make him fall off the top of the tower. If you, like, build up and throw down water, it'll help push him. And you can still actually cheese him, right? Don't think that you can't cheese him anymore. Like, you can still get a fishing rod, like a modded fishing rod, right? And you can, like, build up and you can still fish him off the tower. Just break some of the blocks and fish him off, but he'll only move a little bit at a time. But fortunately, he'll run to the edge and try to hit you as long as you block off his blasts, and then you just fish him off. So you still can cheese him, but it's just more work. And you can kill him normally as well. They only have 200 amount of HP. They nerfed the healing regeneration, I'm pretty sure. It feels like it's less than before. Battle towers are definitely doable. But another thing that you can do is that even though you can't cheese him, what you can do is you can still cheese the chest. So basically what you need to do is the second to top chest, right? The one that's not on the roof. Build up a few blocks, break the blocks under the chest, and then break the chest with an axe and loot it. The golem's going to get all mad. He's going to go, "Rrr," and then he's going to break through the floor, and then he's going to keep breaking through the floor, but he won't break the staircase as long as you're not on the staircase, and then he's just going to keep breaking down to chase you, and then you just climb the staircase and go up and take the loot at the top. Break the chest with an axe and take the loot. That's probably the easiest way. Is just literally digging up under a chest and breaking it with an axe. Like, I can maybe even demonstrate that if I can find a... I don't know if I can find one very easily. Use hoppers for the chest? Yeah, you can use hoppers for the chest as well. That's very simple. Yeah, imagine. I don't know if that'll work, but if it does, yeah, that seems really easy. Just place hoppers under the chest, and then place chests under the hoppers. Hold shift to make sure that you can place the chest under the hoppers, and then just take all that loot. But I wonder if that's within range of him. Like, is he gonna get mad? I feel like he will. I'll have to test it. I kind of want to test that now, but I'd have to find a battle tower first. Bruh. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna look and see if I can find a battle tower really fast. You finally reached the end game for 3 months playing non-stop fast summer. It's very rewarding, and I just want to let you know how annoying this mod pack really is. Hey, I'm proud of you, Hazem. It's not easy reaching endgame. I think it took me like a month to reach endgame the first time I played as well. It's not easy. The golems attack you if you open a chest in the 2 layers above the tower. Yeah, I just want to know, like, how many blocks underneath do I have to go before he gets mad? Because if you can just use hoppers, that could be pretty smart. That's some big brain right there. Look, it's a Sakura tree. Those are cool. Where are my battle towers at? See, even having a flying mount doesn't even guarantee that you're gonna find stuff, so you might as well just go on foot. You probably have to use crates or barrels. Nah, probably, I think chests will work. If you use barrels, do you think he'll get mad, though? That could be smart. I just want to find a battle tower and test this. But I gotta find one first. Does the Zaffin farm still work in 2.9? No, it doesn't, Hazem. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, a lot of things that didn't work before, I mean, that worked before don't work. But on the bright side, like, that stuff made the game, like, very easy, so... I still say unfortunately, though, because I know a lot of people, like, want things to be easier, but... we found one. Let's go. Okay. We test this. Alright. So, let's say we out here, right? We get some hoppers. We got 2 hoppers. Okay. Yeah, let's try a barrel. Why not? Barrel. Okay. So, let's just break these spawners so that they don't bother me when I go into survival. Okay. So, right here at this chest. Right. Little tanky boy. Okay. So, this chest right here. Right. So, you see this chest? So, we are in survival now. Alright. Alright, so he hasn't gotten mad yet. Okay, cool. So he hasn't gotten mad. That's pretty nice. I take something. Still not mad. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But what about the top layer? What about this top layer? Because that's really smart. That was really smart. I thought about like trying this before, but I've never tried it. But so let's say, you know, whatever. I don't have a pickaxe. I'm lazy. Right. All right. So there's that chest, right? So let me just get let me just get a barrel. I wonder if I can do it with just one hopper. Right. Yeah, he doesn't seem mad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We learned something together, chat. Alright. So, like, he does not get mad. We can just take this stuff. He doesn't even care. Now, what if it's a... Now, what if it's a regular chest, though? Because maybe it's just because it's a barrel. Well, what if it's like a regular oak chest? Yeah, okay. The barrel. It's the barrel. Hey, that's so... That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Like, genuinely so brilliant. That's so smart. Okay. Man, that's like we making new grounds here. So to make a hopper, hoppers are pretty easy. Look at that. Damn, that's cool. It's the barrel. What shield is this? This is the obsidian shield. I just think it looks cool as heck. But it's not. It's the second best shield in the game behind the diamond shields, and it makes you 30% slower. So I don't recommend using it, but in creative mode, if I'm just gonna be messing around doing whatever I want, then I'd rather like look cool. And I think the obsidian shield really matches the golem armor. Yeah, easier than a fishing rod. I agree. That's a lot easier than a fishing rod. Yeah. So Matanza, Germany. Thank you for that. You're brilliant. That was smart. I don't know why I haven't tried that sooner. Yeah, he only detects chest. Yeah, so barrels don't count. Yeah. That's easier than a fishing rod. Very cool, very cool. Golem armor looks sick now, bro. I agree. Look at this, man. Oh my god. That's so cool. Let's I'm gonna take a cool little screenshot here. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe I should go actually to the Shivaxi site. Because I want to take a little screenshot so I can make a little thumbnail. Because I will be having to end the stream. Because I gotta go do stuff, unfortunately. But thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. And Merry Christmas to you guys, man. And I appreciate all the wonderful knowledge that you guys help teach me. Like, you guys teach me a lot about the game. I'm glad that I can teach you guys about the game, but you guys also teach me, like, a whole bunch. And I will always appreciate that. So we got right here, right next to the Shivaxi structure. Boom, that's kind of cool. But I want to get, this off. And I want to have maybe more this way. So the right of the screen, I can put some text. But I also don't want to cover Shivaxi's face. Cool. All right, okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I need to end the stream here, or I'm never going to be able to get packed in time. And still gotta do the laundry. Does the mount dupe glitch still work? It does not, Hazam. It was patched out. Shivaxi did indeed patch it out, which is good. He actually had it patched out for a while now in 2.8 with a little update that you could get on his Discord server. But I didn't know about that. But what would you consider the best weapon? I would say the pike is my favorite weapon because it's the only weapon that has reach 2, which is the longest reach in the game. So the pike is really good. The long sword has the most DPS. But every single weapon in the game is really good depending on your playstyle. And I still think bows are probably the most supreme item in the game. Bow supremacy is very real. If you can get a maxed out bow, I recommend it. Throwing weapons are pretty good. Crossbows are pretty good now. There's a lot of cool things to look forward to, and I recommend you guys looking back and watching some of the stream stuff and maybe skipping ahead. I can try to maybe make timestamps, but we talked about so much throughout the entire thing. I don't know how I'm going to be able to make timestamps very efficiently. But really, oh, what does the pike do? I forget. The pike gives you reach 2, only 2% less DPS than the halberd. And yeah, that's it. So it's got the longest reach in the game. It can attack things from very far away. You don't have to be close to enemies to attack them, basically. It's really, really nice. Like, no enemy in the game will be able to hit you from that range. Very safe against dragons as well, because dragons have to get close to you. If you're immune to fire, the pike is, like, very easy against them, because you can just hit them from far away. Especially if you have knockback on that pike, yeah, they're not getting close to you. And they just can keep trying to blow fire, but you're going to be immune to the fire. Yeah, so pikes are awesome. Highly recommend it. Long swords are still great. Sabers are still wonderful. Rapiers are still okay. You know, they're still wonderful, right? Their DPS is still fine, but it's not as high as the other weapons. But they do absorb 25% of all damage taken. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, though. I do have to go. And I hope that you guys have an amazing Merry Christmas. No, Hazem, it got changed though. It got changed. You don't get that anymore. Because if you look at the rapier, it shows you. I'll just do this really fast. It shows you that it only does 100% extra damage to all enemies without armor, and no more than 2 armor points. So take a look at this. So look at this. 100% damage when the foe has no armor and has less than 2 armor points. Dragons and all Lycanite mobs have more than 2 armor points. 2 armor points is a little bit less armor points than wearing leather boots. So, like, if any enemy in the game has more armor protection than wearing leather boots, then the rapier won't have a damage bonus against them. And you can only shred, I think, like 25 to 50% of armor with, like, certain potions. And that still is not enough for the rapier to be able to do extra damage to mobs. So while the DPS is still good, because look at that 2.4 attack speed, still really good, and it absorbs 25% of damage. It's still great, but it's not as good as the other weapons, and it's definitely not the best. But it's still pretty good in the end game, especially considering, like, in the end game, the difference in damage between, like, one weapon versus another is not really that much. So the rapier is still pretty good, but it is still less damage. It is still considerably less damage, less DPS, but it's still pretty good. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Hazem. And Hamed Doctor, you have a wonderful Merry Christmas too. Siphon, have a Merry Christmas. And Victor Coronado, I just started playing RLCraft not too long ago, maybe a month, and started watching your videos from over 2 years ago to help progress. Hey, I'm so glad that they're still able to help people after even 2 years. So much has changed in RLCraft, but I'm really glad that those videos have stayed good over time. I'm really glad. But yeah, Merry Christmas, it's Spooter, and Merry Christmas to everybody else. I do need to end stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.